Xerxes is going to score one goal and Bruno to score the other goal. Go Manchester United.
Hello everyone. Second game of the season away at Brighton. Cautiously optimistic for this one, but I'm going for a 2-1 United win. I think Bruno Fernandes will be involved in the goals after his disappointing performance in the last game. And Danny Welbeck to score for Brighton. I mean, who else? Let's go!
Morning everyone, Brian Casey here with my Paddock matchday prediction for Brighton versus United. Early kick-off, early start for United travelling down to the south coast, but I think we have enough. I know Brighton be tricky to play against, especially at home, but I think we have enough. We've shown the last few weeks how we've been playing, very possession based, very intricate passing. We're just lacking that clinical edge in front of goal. We're missing that ruthlessness of a striker, but I still think we have enough to see him off. I think United win 2-1. Rashford get the first one, Garnacho off the bench. I'd like to see Diallo and Martinez start at the back. I think that could be a formidable partnership in the future for United. So hopeful 2-1 United up the Paddock.
What's happening, people? I think it'll be something like the same again. 1-0. Catch him on the break, Marcus Rashford, and yeah, take the 3 points home. That'll do. Nice one.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along for Manchester United versus Brighton. Second game of the season. I'm joined by Jay Motty and we've got Ryan Hopper over in Stat Corner.
Up the RH.
Up the RH. We're going to get into this then. Big game today. Everything's a big game. You called last week a must-win, Jay.
I felt, yeah.
And we won it.
I felt
What's
like
this week?
It was a bit of a not lose. Do you know what I mean? I felt like if we'd have lost the first game, everything that was bad about last season in terms of our home record, in terms of the fact we finished 8th, so the pressure on it tag would have come right to the fore. And a lot of people who'd given him a bit of time, who'd said, oh, well, he's won the FA Cup, you've got to get behind him, would have turned on him. Because there was a lot of people that were sort of begrudgingly getting behind this manager. Not us, of course, we've always backed him. But I felt like it was one of those games where if we lose the first game at home to Fulham, all the knives are going to be out and you're just going to have loads of pictures and shots of Ruud van Nistelrooy and people's going, when is he going to take over as Manchester United manager? Before we get into that a little bit and we'll get Ryan Hopper's thoughts, the team news obviously has been out. Our thumbnail is as accurate as it can be with neither of those two players starting.
They're not playing, but it doesn't say they are starting.
No, we like
to
highlight the subs.
They're just Man United players, Jay.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
So that's the real quiz.
Shall I go through the team and we'll get the graphic up when it's ready? So it's an unchanged lineup, but obviously for those who misremember or couldn't remember last week, it's Onana in goal, a back four of Mazraoui, Maguire, Martinez and Diallo. I'm assuming Diallo left back as he was last week.
Yeah, you think so.
You'd think so. A midfield of Casemiro, Mainu, Bruno Fernandes and Mount. I mean, we sort of like a diamond, wasn't it, kind of last week, with Mount and Mainu pushing, Casemiro a little bit deeper, Bruno in that kind of 10, false 9 sort of role. I mean, I don't know what the difference between a false 9 and a 10 is, except with doing a striker in front of him. But he still seemed to play mostly like Bruno to me, maybe slightly further forward. And then we've got Rashford and Ahmad sort of on the wings, coming inside, doing that kind of sort of striker / winger play that we saw last week. It's interesting, isn't it, where we've got obviously Xerxes on the bench, and we'll get into whether he should maybe be starting. But United sticking with this sort of no striker system that if you go back 10 years would be unthinkable for anyone to do that. But it almost doesn't feel that radical these days, does it? City did it for years where Pep didn't like Aguero, so they just sort of play without a striker at times. Other clubs have done that as well.
Spain did it, didn't they,
Spain,
for years?
Yeah,
Remember
Spain
back
did
in the
it
day
for years.
Where, Spain, it felt like they were reinventing the wheel of this, was it like a 4-1-5 or whatever it was, formation. There was a lot of that. I think the big news sort of today, obviously it's an unchanged lineup, the big sort of question before the game for a lot of us was he going to start De Ligt?
Yeah.
Because De Ligt has come here as a first team player, and he's not come here to sit on the bench, and nor would you expect him to. And it did feel like that would be a bit harsh on Maguire, who for me was man of the match against Fulham. But I kind of got it. Had De Ligt started today, I'd have got it. I'd have thought, okay, he's his guy or whatever. But Maguire keeps his place, and I'm not against that. I'm not like, that's not outrageous to me. And also Xerxes, I think a lot of people looking at it, goal scoring debut, some good touches as well. Yeah. We look better. You mentioned there, Joe, how we didn't really have an out-and-out striker against Fulham, and we suffered for it. And as soon as Xerxes came on, we looked a much better team, much more coherent team, just from having that I know he dropped deep a lot, but at the end he got on the end of a chance that, we'd seen that ball being into the box when no one was there previously, when he was there. So a few sort of question marks around whether he was going to stick with it or go with Xerxes. He stuck with it, which he likes to do tonight, doesn't he? When we win, he likes to stick with it.
It rewards success.
And I don't mind that.
No.
Oppa, what do you make of the fact that he's stuck with the same 11 that won against Fulham?
There's that old cliche, isn't there? You don't change a winning team. So I get it on that point of view. But De Ligt, rightly you say, Jay, he's not come to sit around. He's come to play. I thought he'd come on against Fulham. He'd done really well. He's shown great qualities. But like you said, Maguire had a steady game, solid. And you can't have no complaints with Harry Maguire against Fulham. Again, just to pick on what you said about Xerxes there, we give that sort of energy. That more energy in dropping in and linking play, and then third man runs into the box. When just to talk about a bit of detail, they're hard to defend when someone's running into the box on a third man run late. It's hard for the defenders to track the man, so it's very good. The only thing with playing a false nine is you're relying on the midfielders, the mounts, to then go beyond Bruno's, and the interchange needs to be there. Otherwise, it's going to be a lonely time and chances won't get created. Rashford and Ahmad need to, weigh in with some shots, some assists. But no, it's always an interesting game, Brighton.
Horrible.
It's always an interesting game.
Can I ask you something, Oppa, that worries me? And those who don't know, I mean, if you've been watching this channel, you should know by now. But Oppa's a coach. He coaches, elite coaching, and it is what it does. What it says on the tin. He's coached
First
the
team
likes
players,
of Bruno, Diallo, Fred.
He's
Kai
Rooney recently.
Yeah,
so you're going viral there with him.
Yep.
So
very good.
You know your stuff. One thing that worries me a little bit, has worried me in the last couple of games, is how forward Casemiro's been getting, and that's not to knock him, because he does well when he goes forward. But I do worry a little bit that we're leaving gaps in midfield, because he's meant to be the 6. And he's playing almost like a 10 at times. Now, you can get away with it to a certain degree against Fulham at home or City's reserves, because it wasn't the Rodgers of this world, was it, against City? But I do worry, a team like Brighton, you've had a very, very good first result, who are a good team, as you just mentioned there. If you start bombing forward all the time, it can leave gaps. So it could leave someone like Kobe Mainoo all on his own a little bit, or just the defence exposed. Is that a concern, or do you think that?
No, I think
being a bit negative.
No, I think you bob on. I think Casemiro should be in Man United's team as a protection to the back four. I think he does that really well. We've seen it throughout his career. He's been probably one of the best players in the world in that role. The way he protects. For me, he should be getting it, giving it, and then giving the licence to the Mainoos and the Mounts and the Brunos dropping in, for them to be the creative spark and interchange into the forwards and making chances for the wingers and stuff. I think he should be there as a protection. Casemiro's great when he plays one and two touch, in my opinion. I think that's when he's best effective. When he starts overcomplicating things, for me, he's not an attacking player. I think what he's good at is assessing danger, reading the game, get it, give it, and that's where he's at his best, in my opinion.
No, I completely agree. And to be fair, he's done well when he goes up towards the business end of the pitch, hasn't he? He looks lively, he's creating chances, he can still pick a pass, we all know that. You can see that. And also, his goal scoring record's decent when he's been in a more forward role. But it does worry me a little bit, and I think, as often what happens with me, my head wanders towards Liverpool. The Liverpool game.
Next week.
I know we shouldn't, because we've got a big game today, and we can't ignore that. But I'm just thinking ahead and thinking, we can't be doing this against the Scousers, and I'm worrying about how we sort of gearing towards this.
Just on Casemiro, I've got Amar Vidge in the comments, and other people have said this, and I've seen this on social media, this sort of narrative around Casemiro, that he says Casemiro is better as an 8 than a 6. He's been misprofiled as a player. And I just completely disagree with that. And I'm not saying that he's not good as an 8, and some of his ball playing stuff is brilliant. Those first time ball, he loves that ball coming in from the right channel, clipping it over his shoulder to either to the back post or to the out to the left wing. He's fantastic at that first time ball. But when you talk about what a number 6 is, his defensive numbers are exceptional. He's in the top. This is in the last year when he's been his worst he's been in a decade. This is him compared to other midfielders in Europe's top 5 leagues. He's in the top 2% for number of tackles per game. He's in the top 1% for tackles won per game. He's in the top 1% of tackles won in his own defensive third. He's in the top, and as those defensive thirds go up through the pitch, he's lower and lower in those numbers, which means he does most of his tackling and the greatest amount of his tackles in his own area. His dribblers tackled, his dribblers challenged, his blocks, shots blocked, passes blocked, clearances, are all in the top 1%. His touches in his own defending area are in the top 1%. He is a defensive midfielder.
I think
he
100%.
is.
Yeah, I agree,
100%.
and I get the kid's point, and it's a fair comment. I like comments that generate a bit of discussion.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not knocking you for saying, look what he does as an 8, or look at what he does attacking wise. He's any DM, right, who's good at his job, is decent going forward as well. They just are.
Technically, yeah.
Claude
Yeah,
Makelele
yeah.
or
Yeah.
Michael Carrick, if you remember his first season at United,
Yeah.
was good going forward. They're all good going forward because
Yeah.
they're good on the ball and they
Good
can
players,
pick a pass. And
technical players.
do you know what I mean? And if you ask them to shoot, they can probably pick out a decent shot as well. So I get it, but I don't feel like Casemiro has spent his entire career being misprofiled by the likes of Carlo Ancelotti
No.
or whoever. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he's been put in a role, and he's won 5 Champions Leagues for a reason. Because he's very good. And I know you could argue, we could say, well, yeah, he might be an 8, but he happens to have 2 of the best midfielders ever in Luka Modric and Toni Kroos in front of him. So he's been asked to play as a DM because they're so good and they're a bit better than him in an attacking role. But I don't think that's the case. I think like he is genuinely, as you've just proven there with the stats, and I'll get your thoughts on it as well, Oppa. He's generally one of the best, or has been one of the best defensive midfielders. There's a case to be made in recent history, if not all time, because look at his record. You don't win 5 Champions Leagues if you're not one of the best DMs that's ever done the job.
And also, maybe we can get into a bigger discussion about what is a number 6, because they mean different things to different people, to different coaches and different systems. He's not the same type of player that Michael Carrick was or that Busquets was.
No.
But they are, to me, both defensive midfielders or number 6s. But he certainly is a defensive midfielder. His defensive numbers are some of the best of all time.
Do you know, he reminds me of a little bit, in the sense that when he goes forward, he's good, and you can see that. He's a little bit like that, and I know he's now he's unfortunately not in the same class, but Rodri's like that. Rodri, if you notice, when he goes forward, he looks the business. He doesn't look like he's out of, well, what's he doing? He saw it in the Champions League final, didn't he, where he got the goal, didn't he, in the end? Like, these players can go forward and they can do well, but it's what they do as a 6 that makes them different class. And the Casemiro, 100%. As you just pointed out, them numbers, they don't lie, do they? The success, the numbers, just the eye test. You go back to that first season at United when he was doing we sort of got the best of him a little bit, didn't we? He had that in him, and I just feel that, unfortunately for us, he's probably not as effective as a 6 as he was.
And the fact that he does like to roam a little bit, which I think maybe he's sort of buying into this idea that he's number 8. And people do roam. It's not like you just stay in front of the 2 centre-backs and that's all you do, or you're not a number 6. Like, his job, more than anyone else around him, is to win the ball back from Man United. It's to stop counter-attacks. It's to tackle people high up the pitch and, basically across the whole pitch. He's an interceptions, blocks and tackles genius when he's at his best. So that is his role at United.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I wanted to ask you about someone, Oppa. His performance against Fulham has divided opinion a little bit. And it even divided my own opinion, if that makes any sense. I'm not schizophrenic, but when I watched the game at Old Trafford, I was a little bit underwhelmed. And then when I watched it back, I thought, okay, maybe I was ignoring some of the good stuff he done. That's Mason Mount.
Okay.
What did you make of his performance against Fulham, and what did you make of him in general?
I think fit Mason Mount, it'll give you energy. It'll give you energy, and he'll press. The one thing that I was impressed with him was his pressing off the ball. And I think, Ten Hag does like a player that, will put a shift in and high press and a bit of energy. For me, I just feel like we're not really seeing the best Mason Mount at the moment in terms of his quality on the ball. I feel like sometimes he's a little bit wasteful, rather than, sometimes is he trying too hard, in a sense that is he trying to find them little killer passes because he has to impress. Sometimes, simple's effective. You can keep it, get it, give it, and then when it's on, he can then do it because he has the ability. I am looking forward to seeing him again today, though. The more we see of him without injuries, I think the better he will be, and we're not really seeing a lot of him since he's come. I was quite excited when he first come because I thought, that energy and what he did at Chelsea, Champions League winner, coming in. So, I'm looking forward to seeing him today.
I agree.
Yeah.
Go on, Joe.
With Mason Mount, and I mean this in a positive way, and I'll explain why. For me, he's a Fred replacement. And what I mean by that is that Fred's best quality is his energy and his intensity.
Yeah.
But where Fred's second best quality is sort of ball winning and kind of harrying the opposition defensively. He can't pass. He can't. I mean, occasionally he'd score, but he's one of the worst sort of strikers of the ball I've seen. And I won't ask your opinion on that because I know you've coached him and it put you in a weird position. But
Well, it used to be a lot worse before Ryan Hopper started coaching him. Let's
But
put it that way.
As a finisher, Fred is poor, I think, for a professional footballer. And I like Fred. But I think the main thing is his energy, intensity, work rate. And he did a lot of good things with that trait at United.
Look at the games against City.
Yeah, but the surrounding traits weren't good enough. No. Whereas I think Mason Mount, perhaps maybe his main thing is his energy, intensity and work rate like Fred's was, but he can finish.
He's technically better on the ball.
Pass.
Technically
and he's
very
not
good.
as good defensively, which is where Fred was quite good, but we've got this version of Fred rather than this version of Fred. And I think
really
that's a good thing.
That.
That's an upgrade
it's a very
in
good
the squad.
Point.
That's
he gives
a great
you
point.
Yeah,
I don't think
you a lot.
I've not heard that being said before. Good stuff. I also think, just from a psychology point of view, and you guys might not agree or you might think I'm over sort of stating it, but I think the whole number 7 thing was a mistake. I just do. I just feel, like, I'm not knocking the kid. He's a big money signing, coming from Chelsea. He's won the Champions League. He's got enough attention on him. And it's like, and also you're giving the most iconic number at Manchester United. And now everyone's looking at you and going, what are you going to do? And I just thought it was a bit overkill. I don't think he needed that. I don't think you need to add more expectation and pressure on. And people might go, Jay, it don't matter. But you've seen how heavy that shirt can weigh on people.
Yeah,
Post Ronaldo the first time round, I think everyone's floundered with it.
Yeah.
We've given it to
Depay.
Depay, Cavani. I think Cavani did okay, to be fair, but no one's really shone, have they? Putting that shirt on, and I think it is one of the most iconic numbers and shirts in football. You look at United number 7. It's what other numbers are that? I don't think Liverpool have a number that you go, that's their number. Or
iconic.
City certainly don't, or whoever. It's certainly in English football, it's the one where you
7,
go. The number 7 for Manchester United is the one of the most legendary shirts ever.
Yeah.
You've come in for a big amount of money. You're our marquee signing that summer. And now it's like, right, you've been given the shirt of the Beckhams, of the Ronaldos, of the Cantonars, of the Robsons, and all the fanfare that comes with that. And I just feel it was just unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was adding more pressure to a kid who probably don't need it.
One thing as a little defensive Mason, I know you weren't not defending him, but compared to other sort of attacking midfielders, which is essentially what he is, in the last year, which again, I know he's not played a lot of minutes, but from what we've seen from Manchester United, he's in the top 1% for the following stats. Tackles in defensive, middle and attacking third, dribblers tackled, and tackles plus interceptions. He's in the top 1% of attacking midfielders for that. That's what he's here for. Right. And that is a very good thing. When you're a pressing team, you need midfielders who are decent on the ball, but can also pressure and win the ball back.
Right.
Like, if he can add, what is it, in his best season, I've got the numbers here, 13 goals, 16 assists in that 21-22 season for Chelsea. If he can get double digits goals and assists and be one of the best...
That's Premier League, is that?
No, that's all competitions. It was 11 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League.
21 goal involvements in the Premier League in a season is very good.
And these defensive, sort of attacking defensive numbers as well. To me, that's a vital member of a high-pressing, high-intensity squad, someone like that.
100%. I think the way Ten Hag wants to play as well, lads, like the style and the philosophy, he suits that down to the ground, but he needs to weigh in. It's all right him being that high press and that energy. He does need to weigh in with goals because, like you say, Joe, that's his position. And we've seen it at Chelsea. For me, last season wasn't a true reflection because of injuries. I would like to see him have a full season and then fans, pundits, judge him off what they see in a full season.
Yeah, completely.
It's very unfair, when you're picking up injuries and stuff like that. It's hard. So for me, if he has a full season, and that's why I'm excited to see him again today, and the more minutes and the more of a run he gets in the team, confidence levels go up. He'll feel like, the manager trusts him. He'll get the respect from the lads. Because really, we've not really seen a lot of him, and even the lads have not really played with him a lot. I know it sounds stupid.
No, it's not.
But they don't know. They don't know.
There's been injuries as well, because he's not been dropped. He won't have been in training that much. And everyone's just going game to game because United play so many
100%.
games. Yeah, his
teammates
won't even know him.
Again, I know him seem to be coming with some left field or sort of not as necessarily football related.
Maybe he got struck by lightning and cursed by a wizard.
Well, yeah. Well, that's mad that you just actually...
I knew you were coming with that.
What I was going to say. No, just from a personal point of view, we're not ITK. None of us are. Well, you're a bit more than we are. But you hear nothing but good things in terms of his personality with Mason Mount.
That's big.
Yeah, it is. Because he's liked. He gets on with the coaches, he gets on with the players. He's got a good rapport with the fans. Whenever fans meet him, you never hear like, oh, he's a bit of a knobhead, which you can hear with certain players.
Yeah.
Like, he just seems to be a likeable, decent lad
Definitely.
who's going through a bit of time of it with injuries and stuff and the expectation. And I think that bodes well for him, because there isn't an issue there where if you look at some of the sevens we've had, if we're going to make it about number sevens, Di Maria didn't want to be here, didn't get on with anyone. Memphis had this reputation of he cared about other things other than football. Alexis Sanchez was very much his own guy, didn't really mingle. This is a kid who's ingratiated himself with the squad, gets on with everyone, follows instructions. Yeah. Even when those instructions might be to the detriment of what he's perhaps better at.
Definitely.
And I think that helps when you've got a guy who's, you know, for want of a better expression, just
it'll bide you more time as well. Like,
Can I sort of jump in and almost offer by contrast what's happening with Jadon Sancho today?
Please do.
Which is mad again. It wasn't in the squad last week. Reports of an ear infection in the week leading up to the game against Fulham. Laurie Whitwell spoke, I think, in the last couple of days saying that wasn't really the reason. You know, that was a factor, but that wasn't the main reason he wasn't in the squad. Today, again, not in the squad. He's at is it the Amex it's called?
Yeah.
He's at the Amex. And Ten Hag spoke about Sancho not being in the squad, and he said, he's here, but we had some issues. I had a choice to make. He has to compete for his position. We need in the squad every position double because it's going to be a long season. Now, we don't know what those issues are. We don't know whether that's like, I had an issue of like who to pick, or me and Jadon have had issues, or we don't know what that means. But what we do know for certain, and you know, feel free to come up with some theories if you want, but we don't have to, is that 2 games into this season, Jadon Sancho hasn't been put in the squad once. Is this the end for Jadon Sancho? There's been reports of Juve in for him this week. What's happening here?
Erik Ten Hag isn't thick, yeah? He knows what he's saying and he knows what he's doing, right? And I go back to last season, I don't think there was anything wrong what he said after the Arsenal game. He was asked a direct question and he answered it honestly. And I think that if it was just an injury issue or if it was fitness, he'd say that. Because he knows what's going to happen if he says, we've had some issues. He knows people like us are going to go, there's another rift with the manager and the player. Yeah. He's obviously not happy with Jadon Sancho, for whatever that may be, whether it's his attitude, and I hate using that word, but sometimes it's the right word to use, whether it's just he's not listening to instructions, whether it's just the rapport isn't there or whatever, all the things that you just said there, the positive things we said about Mason Mount, just aren't happening with Jadon Sancho. So whatever the reason is, there's obviously the manager and this player aren't seeing eye to eye. He's not following instructions or doing what he wants to do, or he's not sort of forcing his way back into this squad. I personally think, and I said this last season, the best move for all concerned is if Jadon Sancho goes. And I actually think you have to sort of get to the point where if you're Manchester United now, you take a hit on his fee. Like, seriously. Because you are in danger of causing more trouble than it's worth here, just for the sake of maybe holding out. Now, ideally, you'd get 35, 40 million at least for Jadon Sancho. Paid 73 million quid for, what was it, 3 years ago? Yep. He's just been at a Champions League final. He's still, in his mid-20s? Relatively young player. We know what he can do on his day. He's a phenomenal footballer. If you keep him, because you can't get a fee for him, you've got an unhappy player, you've got a manager who's looking over his shoulder anyway, who's got a member of his squad who might be whispering his teammates here saying, I hate this manager, I don't want to be here. That could be upsetting some of the squad. I know he's close to some of the players, he's particularly close with Marcus Rashford. For me, take a hit, get rid of him. Take a hit. Seriously. Even if it is a big hit. Because his wages are massive anyway. So even getting his wages off the wage bill helps. So if you have to get rid of him, genuinely, for 20 million quid, do it. Just take that hit.
I was surprised that he stayed around for as long as he has, if I'm being brutally honest. Feel like, he went to Dortmund, had a good run of form, goals, assists, everyone was starting to talk about him again. Well, Sancho's back, this and that, Champions League final. I was surprised when he was training for United. I thought he would have been gone. Whether that would have been Dortmund, whether that would have been another European club. I don't feel like he'll go to another club in England, if I'm being honest. No. I think it might be a European move somewhere
Chelsea,
like that.
But they need more dramas. Like,
I can't see that.
Gunshot wound to the head. It's just I can't see them looking at this going, this is what we need.
It's over, isn't it?
You think so? I think the only way it's not over is if Erik Ten Hag loses the next 3 games and gets sacked.
But if I'm Erik Ten Hag, I am going to the board, I'm going to Dan Ashworth, I'm going to Omar Barada, and I'm saying, if he's still here at the end of the window, you have fucked me.
Yeah.
Because he is a person, like you said, who's in the dressing room, who I'm not saying he's slanging Ten Hag off, but he's not mates with him. No. He's not saying good things about him. He's not going, you know what, lads, I know me and the manager don't get on, and he's constantly criticising my work rate and work effort and all that stuff, but you lot, you put in your best performance from today. Come on, going around to it. Yeah. That's not happening. Yeah, he's either quiet or he's potentially a dissenting voice in there. You can't have that. Ten Hag has had too many issues with players off the pitch. What's happened with Ronaldo, what's happened with Mason Greenwood, what's happened with Anthony, what's happened with Sancho, all different things, but all distractions and shit that he doesn't need. And the last thing he needs now is a player in there who he hasn't got on with for 2 years, still in the squad for no reason whatsoever. And it's not like, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to leave United after the Champions League final. We convinced him to stay another year, even though he wanted to go to Real Madrid, and he won us a league that season. Jadon Sancho, it's not like we know you don't get on, but you're so good on the pitch, we're going to back you anyway. He provides nothing on the pitch and is only a distraction off it.
You can't build what we're trying to build. We can't build what we're trying to build, right? For me, one of the most important things as Manchester United manager now for Erik ten Hag and as a club is you nurture someone like Kobbie Mainoo, right? He's unreal. Like, he is. He's special, right? I'm getting absolutely carried away with him because I think he's that good. Other young players coming through. Garnacho, we know he's mint. Then you've got some of the other younger lads like Harry Amas, like Toby Collier. What the fuck does this show him?
Yeah.
What does it show him? Like, what example is this? What does that do for them? Having a player like that around, having that player in the dressing room earning 8 times what you're earning. What does it do for your development when you go in? I'm part of a club, and this is what we do, and this is what the players do. It's an awful example for him. The reason United had so much success under Sir Alex Ferguson, and every class of 92 or whatever will tell you this, is they had people that led by example. Correct, so when Scholesy and Beckham and Giggs and all them lot, well, Giggs was already there, but when they were coming through, you had your Roy Keanes, your Steve Bruce's, your Gary Pallisters. The examples was there. So if you didn't put your weight in training, Roy Keane would give you a rollicking. You didn't need to listen to Fergie. You had players that led by example, and that carried on right up until 2013. So when you had other players coming through then that were playing their part in that title-winning season, they'd been led by example. When you had Cleverleys and Danny Welbecks and players like that, Johnny Evans, sorry. Then you'd had players like Wayne Rooney and everyone who had already been there for a little while, Rio and that, who go, look, this is what you do at this club, and if you don't do it, you don't, you can go and find somewhere else to go and play. You can't have these examples. You cannot have it. You can't have these sort of, I know it's a tired old cliche, but it is true, bad apples just sort of wrecking the battle or whatever.
Especially in this situation that he's in now, like you said, Joe, like, if he wants to do what he wants to do and he's going to stay around and be Man United manager, he needs everybody on board, whether that's the players, the fans, the board. He needs everybody backing him, and the players need to be playing for him and playing for the club. Sancho, at the minute, he's still going around the cycle that we had for the last 2 years with him. So like you said, it's a decision. He either stays or he just trains on his own, or he just goes.
Can you imagine, right, Hopper, and you as well, FA Cup final, right? Jadon Sancho was still in the squad, and you're having this nonsense 2 minutes before the team's announced. Can you imagine that in the FA Cup final? If he'd still been in the squad, and the manager's asking questions about why, or not in the squad, sorry, it's still in the club.
Yeah, it's not right.
And your manager was asking questions about why Jadon Sancho's not in the squad. That could have derailed the game. That could have been enough. Those fine margins where everyone's a little bit distracted, whatever.
All the focus needs to be on the game and the team.
It's such. You talk about marginal gains, right? Brailsford, apparently, I remember you telling me all about this, is into these 1% marginal gains. What marginal gain are you getting from having your top earner not in your squad because of quote-unquote issues? That's not a gain. It's detrimental. Move him on, bro. Just move him on. I think he's a great player, but he's not a great player for us.
No.
For me, I think he's Ten Hag from the outside has tried in a way to accommodate him. He's gone away. He's trained on his own because he was unfit or he was overweight. He's tried these little strategies and these in-house things, and unfortunately, they've not worked. So where do you go from here now? It's out of the door.
That's the problem with United's transfer policy of get him in, pay him whatever, because now you can't get rid of players.
Like every step of the way, I think Ten Hag has tried his best with him. I do, and he might have misfired, but he's tried. I think he's coming from a good place. I think he's tried. He's tried the carrot. He's tried the "you're my guy, I'm going to play you. Let's get behind you." He's tried the right things aren't happening for you, whatever reason. Go away, get yourself fit, whatever that it may entail. for 3 months, come back, and I'll put my arm around you and I'll back you again. He's tried that. He's tried the stick. He's not doing well enough in training, so he ain't getting picked. And what was the response? He took to social media to kick off about it. He's tried loaning him back out, then welcoming him back in and giving him an opportunity in pre-season.
I was surprised about that.
He's tried him in a 10. He's tried him on the right, on the left. He's given the kid a chance now, man. And he's not the first manager to do it, by the way. This is the third manager that Jadon Sancho's played under at Manchester United where he's flattered to deceive at best. Yeah. And that's been complimentary. What are the comments saying?
Yeah, there's quite a few, obviously, mostly people just completely agreeing with you. Tiago Dennis, and we'll get into some super chats and get your chats in as well. I'm going to go through some of them. Tiago Dennis says, let's be honest, Sancho's not interested in us. He tried at Dortmund only to prove Ten Hag and United wrong, so he needs to go. He's had enough chances. Absolutely. Jungle Red Green says, Jay, has he tried playing Sancho for 5 straight games? I don't know the stats on that, but it doesn't matter. Because you don't get to play 5 games to make you better. Playing for Man United isn't like an encouragement.
You play on merit.
You get to play for United exactly because of how you train, how you are in the dressing room, how you are on the pitch. It's not like we give everyone 5 goes, and if they're good, they keep playing, and if not, they don't. You have to prove you're worthy of starting every single week, and he hasn't done that.
You play Jadon Sancho for the next 5 games. You lose those 5 games, you get sacked.
Well, that's in the position that he's in now.
He's not Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
He can't afford to wait and see what happens with Jadon Sancho.
Do science experiments.
Yeah. He's got to win almost.
He's tried all that.
He's got to win every other game. He's in serious trouble, and he can't afford. He's giving this kid chances, and to say, well, just give him. Again, what example does that say to someone like Garnacho or Diallo? If you're saying you're dropped for the next 5 games because Jadon Sancho, I'm going to give him 5 games no matter what.
Yeah.
And they're going, what, the kid that was sat around in training, sulking.
I think that comment is like, Sancho's been with us a long time now, so he's obviously had a run of 5 games since he's been at the club, and under Ten Hag, he's just, whether it's behind the scenes, whether it's on the pitch, he's just not quite doing what he needs to be doing. No, and that's football. You know, there's a lot of, you can have conflict. You know, players can't always get along with managers, but as soon as you cross that white line, if they're doing the job for him, they'll play. Clearly, he's not doing the job on the pitch, and he's not doing the right things off it.
No,
so
exactly, it's pretty much that simple, isn't it? There's 3,500 people watching, only 300 likes. Please hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000
and all those
likes.
Yeah,
exactly. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Hit the like button, please. We've got loads of super chats. Tina Tellefson Totoka says, why is Garnacho not starting? When was the last good match Rashford played for 90 minutes? Up the Paddock and glory, glory, Man United. Thoughts on Garnacho Rashford situation? Are we in a situation with Rashford where almost the inverse of Sancho, where because we've seen how good he can be, we are trying to play him into form? Or do you think it's maybe misplaced his faith in Marcus Rashford at the minute? He's
sticking with the same team that won against Fulham. And I don't think, if you're going to do that, I don't think you do it, but you change Marcus Rashford to Garnacho. I get it. I get the idea of sticking with it. I also, you know me, I rate Marcus Rashford. I think Marcus Rashford probably does deserve a little bit of a chance this season because of what he's done in the past. Yep. But he has to take it. I thought Fulham wasn't great. He has to be better against Brighton. If he doesn't do well today, then I think there's a difficult decision to make against Liverpool. I think he'd have to be honest with you, I think he'd have to play pretty badly today to not make the game against Liverpool because of his record against them. Because he has got a very good record against Liverpool. But he has to step up this season, Marcus Rashford, because last season wasn't good enough.
To me as well, I didn't think the Fulham game was bad. I didn't think it was I thought we at least saw a Marcus Rashford who looked like he wanted to be there, who was pressing, who was, it wasn't a perfect performance, but he should have got an assist because Garnacho scuffed an absolute, literally open net chance. And he wasn't amazing, and he certainly didn't play 90 fantastic minutes. But I thought it was a little bit better, and at least he looked like he wanted to be there to me. We've got loads more super chats as well. Full-Time Productions is a member. Thank you very much. Sent a couple of super chats as well. Brighton is a great litmus test of where we are as a team out of possession. They're free-flowing and rarely waste possession. Nowhere to hide. I think that's a very good point. And I think maybe one of the reasons we haven't changed the system is because he wanted to keep 4 midfielders in there. Casemiro, Mainu, Mount, Bruno. I think when the way Brighton play, and I was saying this in the preview, I like the idea of Garnacho and Rashford up front to stretch and to play balls over the top and in behind. But that's all well and good when you've got the pass on to play. The problem with doing that, or if you have strikers and you change the midfield around, or you bring Xerxes in, is do you ever get the ball off them? because we have to remember they're a very, very good in possession team. And there's points last season even when they weren't so good. But even in that season, was it last year where they had like 58% possession against City? Like, who does that? And Brighton did it. So we have to be careful of where we are out of possession and almost approach this as though you're playing City, but not as good a version, where you need to break up their dominance in the centre of the pitch and their ball playing ability. And I think that's why Mount has, I was confident Mount would keep his place because he's very good at that, as we've established. But then you need Bruno, Casemiro, and Ahmad's ball playing ability as well to actually get that ball to the likes of Marcus Rashford, who I think is going to be big today.
I'm really glad to see Amad Diallo get another start. I thought he'd get dropped, so I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I thought Garnacho would come in and Diallo would miss out, and I wasn't particularly fond of that idea. I'm glad he's getting another start because I think he deserves a little bit of a run. We've seen enough from him in cameos to see there is a player there, and he always gives his all, he always tries, and he's always dangerous. And he seems to follow instructions as well. I know the manager's big on that. He does his fair share of tracking back and stuff. So yeah, I'm glad he's kept his place. I think sooner or later the manager's going to have to make a big decision on what his starting lineup is, because Garnacho's going to want to start, Marcus is going to want to start, Diallo is going to have a shout to start, plus you're going to have Højlund, Xerxes, Mount, Bruno. If we bring in a guy, he's going to Casemiro. There's going to be a big decision along the line, somewhere further down the road. But right now, I think you can get away with what he's doing, and I get it.
Yeah, and also he had a death in the family as well.
Yeah,
yesterday.
it was. I think it was misquoted or misreported as his mum. I think it might have been. I think he said himself it was someone who he considers like a mother figure.
Yeah,
it's like his.
He said it was his brother's mum,
right?
And I think it's sort of, I'm extrapolating from that. It was sort of a stepmom, motherly figure to him. So it's still utterly horrendous.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's playing the next day is
Listen,
impressive.
I don't think you can give players enough credit when they do this.
No,
I think if you've been suffering from a bereavement, or I'm guaranteed the manager will have asked him, "Are you okay at playing?" If he says yeah, you've got to give more power to him, because no one would have begrudged him if he said no, I need a week off or whatever. Yeah, because you're grieving 100%. Yeah, I think it's like any job. If you have a death in the family, you get time off, and rightly so. Yeah. So the fact that he's willing to still play, more power to him, and thoughts with him. Obviously, 'cause it's going to be a tough time, but hopefully, he's okay, and you presume that the manager's spoken to him and said, you're feeling mentally well enough to play, and he says he is. And I say this a lot about Amad Diallo. I think he's been through a lot as a young lad, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been moved around from pillar to post. Just from a footballing point of view, he's been all over the gaff. Also, personally, there was talk of he'd been brought over and what was going on there. There was at one point there was questions about human trafficking and all sorts going on. So he's obviously been through a lot for a young lad, but he's a very, very good player, and again, go back to that likeability factor, he's certainly got that. And he gave me one of the greatest moments as a United fan against the Scousers, including the red card. Yeah. Apparently it's been reported that he asked to play in this game, despite I can't credit him enough for that. Well done. I mean, you didn't have to. No. I wouldn't have blamed him if he said no, but that shows the resilience that he's got, so fair play to him. Exactly. We've got a few more super chats. Tina Tellison Totoka, again, thank you very much. Member for a very long time as well, said, when Casemiro played for Real Madrid, he played as a 6 or as an 8. He was the key player in a Madrid team that won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. The talent is there. The legendary status of Casemiro is there, and that isn't going anywhere, but we can't see last year's Casemiro again. Casemiro has been one of the best number 6s ever, but doesn't have the legs to play that role anymore, or at least he didn't last season. It's a weird one, isn't it? That he didn't last season, but maybe he does this season. And yet, I do think that can happen. He could. Sorry, you know more about this than me, obviously. I think the legs in that position. It sounds stupid. You don't really need to have legs in the 6 if you're intelligent and you position yourself the right way. And again, simple's effective. Get it, give it. That's why he's been one of the best players in that position, because he doesn't overcomplicate things. I was going to say before when we was talking about it, he can't play in the 8 because a modern day 8 is box to box. He's all over the place. He's pressing, he's dropping in. I don't feel like he can play in that position because he's not got the legs no more and he's not athletic. But you think as a bit deeper he can do that? Sorry to interrupt you both. Where do you see Mainu? What role do you see Mainu? I think Mainu, in my personal opinion, if he learns off Casemiro, I think he should play a holding midfield role. Really? Yeah. Okay. I don't feel, because in my opinion, I think technically he's unbelievable. I agree. And I think if
he carries the ball really well, Mainu. He's got great feet and he's quick over, say, 5 yards with the ball. Without the ball, if you ask him to sprint, he hasn't got the pace, he hasn't got the mobility, the athleticism. Whereas with the ball, he can carry it really well. I see him as a holding midfield.
I think
That's interesting.
less of attack, not as a particularly sort of tackling midfield.
No,
more
not
like
tackling,
a
more
sort of
like
or later Scholes
like a quarterback, like get it, break lines, go into the 10. Just be that quarterback guy that gets it and links things like a Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
And then if you need to step up and step in and have shots from outside the box, you can do.
It was really weird for me on the overlap that when Scholes was saying that about we need that kind of player that he didn't
Slows
seem
the
to
game
think,
down,
I didn't mean it was that guy because I know far less about football than Paul
I'm
Scholes
a big
ever.
fan. I'm a big fan of
Mainu
Mainu.
to me, he looks like that guy.
Yeah,
I think
I'm a big fan.
the thing that Paul Scholes is describing, rightly or wrongly, is the tactics. I don't think it's a personnel issue.
Right, okay.
I mean, I think it could be. You get someone like Rodri in there that's going to change things. But I think this almost frantic at times obsession with getting the ball forward quickly is a tactical instruction that we aren't able to properly execute. We're not trying to play like City. To me, we're trying to play more like how Liverpool did a few years ago, where it's you win the ball back and it's immediate attack. Like Ten Hag wants us to be the best counter-attacking or the best sort of counter-pressing team in the world and the quickest and most aggressive attacking team in the world. That's what he wants. It's not sit and hold the ball forever. You're going to do that by the fact that you've got better players and you can keep possession. But he wants us to play like that. And I think the problem comes when you've got bad runs off the ball or no runs off the ball. The ball players aren't quality enough. You've got people in there trying to do the job they're not capable of. You give the ball away a lot. And then from there, you're massively open. But I don't think he wants players to sit and stand and look and turn and go back with the ball. He wants players to attack aggressively and quickly.
I think there's a fine line in that. I think what Scholes is saying there is I think that's United's first thought is to play very quickly all the time. I think what Scholes is saying there is sometimes in games you have to slow the play down. Sometimes if you're under pressure,
you do.
If you're under pressure for 10 minutes, sometimes you take the sting out of the game. You keep the ball for 5 minutes. You get your breathers. I think he's saying. I think Mainu could do that because Mainu's technically is a fantastic player. Mainu will get the ball off, Harry Maguire if someone's up his backside, no problem because he's calm, he's composed, he can deal with it. I reckon I am a massive fan of him, but going forward, Jay, it's a great question. I just feel like mobility-wise, and I don't know whether the viewers agree with me or yourself agree with me, I feel like he'll be suited as that role going forward.
I agree with you. I think there's a tendency for when you've got a young player who seems like he could be able to do anything, people want him further up the pitch because they're the more high-value positions. But I think, like you said, I think his range of passing in really close spaces and sort of being able to deliver that final ball like Bruno does, I don't think that's necessarily his best attribute. I think his composure on the ball, receiving the ball in tight spaces and finding simple passes, he's exceptional at that.
Unbelievable.
And that's what a number 6 has to do. Not a number 6 necessarily, but like someone who's receives the ball off the defence, turns, either carries it a bit more sort of Frankie de Jong style maybe than a number 10 like Bruno. He's not Bruno.
Do you think the 6 role's changed a lot now? Because I still think of a 6 as that sort of
Makalele.
Like Owen Hargreaves. I know he's only here briefly, but flying into tackles,
6
getting
has changed.
stuck in.
Yeah.
But because of the way the game is now, it does feel like it's sort of changed from that a little bit.
A lot
But maybe you don't have to be that.
Have to be technically better now.
Diving in all the time guy isn't that sort of role anymore.
The ball is won back by the structure of the press and of the team a lot more than it is by individuals tackling. I mean, United win the ball back because you force a team into making mistakes. They either play it long or they misplace a pass or it goes out for a throw-in or, Harry Maguire wins the header because they've chipped it up because they didn't know what to do. That's going to win you the ball a lot more than a Kante is. I mean, I would have Kante in this team. Obviously, he's one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. But I think a lot of teams, City, Rodri's tackling numbers aren't exceptional.
It's his positioning.
It's his positioning. The positioning is the key thing.
Intelligence off the ball.
You always point out as well, Joe, about Carrick, is that when you've got someone like that who reads the game so well, who cuts off those passes, and as Rio, you say, puts out fires before they start. It forces the other teams to just lose their heads a bit. Because
and they won't want to go in there.
Trying to get through here, I'm getting nowhere. I'm going to hit it long or I'm going to hit it over the top, and they start making mistakes or doing things that don't suit them because they're just fed up. Just like what you always point out about Carrick of just how it changes a team's sort of attitude, because all of a sudden you've got this one player who's just like a windscreen.
He's like a sheepdog almost.
Yeah.
Where he's not biting the sheep, he's not tackling the opposition, but he is controlling where they can and can't play the ball because of his positioning. He's cutting off lanes, so they have to go to the winger who hasn't got a left foot, or they have to go backwards. Carrick's the best I've ever seen at that.
Because Carrick wasn't physically into like a Roy Keane. Carrick was like in 50-50s. Carrick wouldn't like blast someone.
Do you know what
I mean?
Mate, you know why it's a good point, like, right? Because you know in 2008, you had Carrick and you had Hargreaves, right? And I'm telling you now, I don't care what anyone says, trust me on this, because social media wasn't a thing like it is now. Hargreaves was far more popular than Carrick, because Hargreaves was the guy that flew into tackles.
Yeah, smash,
You saw it all the time.
Ball,
yeah.
That was the explosive, dynamic, aggressive of the two. Carrick, no one was losing their mind because Carrick's cutting out a pass.
No.
Hargreaves was a pop.
Yeah.
Of the two, more people rated Owen
Popular
Hargreaves and
figure.
loved him and thought he was the bee's knees than Michael Carrick, obviously.
I think Carrick's one of the most undervalued
the way
players.
He played.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got loads of super chats. David Keenan, welcome to the academy. Jav says Sancho will disrupt this team if he stays. I agree. George Holloway says which Brighton players would in the starting lineup today could get in United's team. Well, let's have a look at Brighton's side. Pardon me. Steele, no. Dunk, no. Milner, no. João Pedro, maybe. Gilmore, no. Minter, maybe. Looked very good the other day, but we need to see more. Welbeck, no.
Yes.
Mitoma, no.
Well, Danny Welbeck
Van
walks
Heck.
into any team in the world.
Yeah,
what are you on about?
And that's his only pace, unfortunately.
99 goals in his career. Jesus
it's
Christ.
Written in it. 100 career goals against, and it'll come against United.
Van Heck, no. Veltman, no. Hinchelwood, no. But it doesn't. That's not how football works, is it? It's not just about that. I mean, it is a lot about that, and they finished 10th last season for a reason. But it's not just about that. Sai Rugara says that United 93-94 quite underrated in the top team debates. To be honest, they almost did the domestic treble before City and the first double of the PL era.
What's that? Who said that?
Sai Rugara.
One of my favourite comments ever. That my favourite team,
It's your team, innit?
93-94 team. I went to that League Cup final where we missed out on the domestic treble. I went to the FA Cup final that season as well in the semi. It was a great season. End-to-end football, aggressive, attacking, all happening. And if you watch, right, I know people won't, but watch our goal, I think it was in the FA Cup against Sheffield United, if memory serves. One of the best United goals you'll ever seen. I think it was something like 30 passes before we scored.
Yeah.
Like, that team had everything. Everything you can want from a football team. And the only reason we didn't succeed in Europe was the 3 foreigner rule, where you could only have 3 foreigners in your team. And you look at that team, Schmeichel, Kuchelski, Cantona, Keane, who was classed as a foreigner, Irwin, it decimated us.
People in the comments saying that Mitoma would get in this team. I think maybe could get in over Ahmad, but
Come on, the boys.
We'll get in the score predictions as well because the game has kicked off. We get a bit of volume. Mitoma's never scored more than 7 league goals in his career. I think Mitoma is one of the most overrated players in the Premier League. He's technically very good. He looks neat and tidy on the ball. He can be dangerous. But like, if you're holding top players to this standard, he got 3 fucking league goals last season, 7 the year before that. It's all right. He's a good player, and he's done more than Ahmad has for United, for instance. But like, I think because he's passes the eye test. People think that he therefore is this top player. To me, he's just not. He's a decent winger who's very technically talented, but cannot translate that into actual output for a team that's done pretty well over the last few years.
You can't hold it against him too much, but Wan-Bissaka has dealt with him quite well, didn't he?
Yeah.
And also with Brighton as well, there's been these players, like I remember a few years ago, Tariq Lamptey was the flavour of the month, and everyone was telling me how United need to sign Tariq Lamptey. He's going to be the answer to all our problems at right. He don't even get in the Brighton team anymore.
Yeah. Get your score predictions in the comments. Scoreline and goal scorers as well. We're a minute in, but nothing's happened yet, so you can
hit that
still
like, people. How many likes we got?
730.
That is a disgrace.
Jay, score prediction, please.
I said 4-0 in the preview, and I may have been a bit tongue-in-cheek.
Silly.
But after 1 minute and 17 seconds, I'm going to change my mind and go with 3-1 United.
Love that. As Mazraoui gives the ball away. Ryan, score prediction, please.
I'm going to go 2-0 United. I'm quite hopeful today.
Love that.
Difficult place to go, I know, and I admire Brighton, but I just feel like, Rashford will get one today.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think I'm going to go with it. It might be a bit of an outrageous one. I think Mount will get one today as well.
It's a lovely ball to Mount there from Onana there. That's what I call the Mount Champions League final pass.
Yeah.
Do you know that one where he's like drilling it on the floor
Little reverse
to
edge.
either the striker or the number 10? He did it loads against City in their Champions League final for Inter. And City, and it caused City no end of problems. So I'm glad we're seeing that early on, because I thought he was just going to go along, but it was a pass defeat. United winning the ball high up the pitch there again. Okay. Mike Naylor says, good morning from the North Slope of Alaska, 3:30 a.m. here, but anything for United. Ryan Hopper is my hero as a young coach. Any advice as a young coach?
What's that? Any advice?
Yeah,
to Mike Naylor. I mean, he's working in Alaska, so, you know,
no,
there's going to be some snow knocking about.
Enjoy.
Bear that in mind.
Love what you do. Love what you do. Learn from like people, you know, not blowing my own trumpet like myself or some professional coaches, you know, and also look at things and put your own stamp on things as well. You know, coaching, there's a lot of drills out there that you can emulate, but you've also got to put your own personality and stamp on it as well.
Yeah, I think with personality wise, when I see your coaching and I see your videos and stuff, one thing that your personality brings is very high intensity. You're very quick. But obviously that's great because that's your style. But if that's not his style,
100%.
do it your way. If you're a bit more, slow paced, a bit more, you know. But yours is like you're basically playing with them, aren't you?
I'm
You're
joining
a teammate
and
a coach as you're playing. I love that when I see your videos.
Thanks, mate.
Score predictions then. Casey says 2-1 to us and Welbeck scores. I can imagine that. Martinez.
He's done well there. Calm and composed.
Playing out from the back very well so far. And Kobe Mainoo just doing what we said before.
There you go.
Driving forward with the ball. It is a little bit of the Frankie de Jong to him, you know. I've never really thought about that before. He hasn't quite got the passing range that de Jong has yet. He's only just turned 19, let's not forget. But the ability to be a deep line player who can carry the ball as well as just delivering it. That's a good ball, that unlucky.
Good effort.
Bruno with a cross, but the goalkeeper collects it.
Ross Murphy says 2-1 United, Ahmad, Welbeck and Bruno. I think 2-1 Manchester United. 2-1 Chester United, I don't know what they said then, as well. But I think it'll be Rashford and I think Casemiro will get a goal. It looked very dangerous the other day. What channel is it on? It's on in the UK or in England. It's on TNT Sport. So if you've got that, that's where you watch it in the UK. I don't know where else you can watch it though around the world.
Sorry,
a Google would suffice.
Oh, my lad lost 2-1 today. He's getting an update. That's why I'm on my phone. Forgive me.
How was it?
How did he
played
play?
really well according to his mum, and she can, you know, she's not one of those who's like, oh, he played really well no matter what. She'll be honest. So
she's the Arnie Slot.
Yeah. What? You call my missus a scouser? Seriously.
I didn't mean to say him. I meant Rennie
Your
Harker.
missus is a scouser now.
That's
like that.
Don't really make sense. But
I'm okay.
I meant Rennie Harker, not Arnie Slot.
That's the Arnie Slot.
Screaming in the dressing room.
Yeah, no.
Ryan Pitt says, I like how we've started. Brian Casey says 2-1 United, Rashford and Garnacho off the bench. Yeah, I like that as well. We've got a few more super chats as well. Andrew R, welcome to the academy. Thank you very much. Akash K, Sancho is done. Juve links seem real. I tend to agree. I mean, Darmesh said on Tuesday, didn't he, that that he was hearing that there were still plenty of clubs or a number of clubs in for Sancho. Like, keep an eye on that. He thinks that that deal is doable.
Maybe that's the issue. Maybe his agent knows. Go on, what are you slamming the table for? Explain.
They got a free kick. They took it quickly, and we won the ball back. And he stopped and making them retake it because the ball was rolling. Surely, if they take a free kick too quick, why are we the ones who get punished for that? Either let them play on because sorry, you took it too quick and you lost the ball, or fucking give us a free kick if they're just not doing it properly. Stuff like that pisses me off. We've just won the ball back, and they get the ball back for taking the free kick wrong.
Yeah, it's stupid that.
Anyway,
I think Sancho again. He went to Dortmund.
Good pressing here from United, really good, and we've won all that. That's really good.
That went out.
That did go out. That's really good pressing there from United. Dunk.
Nah, great pressing. I think he's always going to have like clubs sniffing around. He went on loan, Champions League final. He's always going to have them European style clubs after him. Yeah, just is the way he plays.
He's a big name as well. Yeah. I
think. But English clubs, I don't feel like he would.
He's not done it in the Prem, has he? No. Enough to warrant. For me, I mean, I said I could see Chelsea taking a chance on it because Chelsea are just insane.
It's a mad club, innit?
What's going on there? It's just nothing makes any sense. So them buying him kind of makes sense if you get where I'm coming from.
I think it's completely embarrassing and disgraceful what Chelsea are doing. I actually think it's awful. If that was my football team behaving like that, I wouldn't even know what to say. I think it's horrendous. Like,
did you see the manager the other night about Mudryk as well? where he was like basically had a dig at him after the game.
Yeah, seen
And
that.
you just think, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, I've not got a dog in the fight. I couldn't care less about what happens with Mikael Mudryk, but it's just weird. The manager's digging out his own players. Half the squad doesn't train with the team because there's too many of them.
Yeah.
And the manager's basically said, well, they're all dead to me. I don't care about them.
Yeah,
Like,
he
they're
said
still
that, didn't
signing loads of players. They're buying players and putting them on 8-year contracts still. When
Yeah.
that was meant to be a loophole that was closed. I mean, what is going on there?
It's-
I mean,
it's
There's
embarrassing.
40 odd players, and he said he only has 21.
yeah.
it's
Well, that's
embarrassing.
So
heartwarming, isn't it? If
that's
you're one of the
mad.
20 that's training with the Rezzies.
And you get rid of players like Mason Mount, Ben Chilwell, Conor Gallagher, who are academy players or young players who have been at Chelsea for their whole career, and you get rid of them so you can buy in players like João Felix and this, that, and the other. I think it's a disgrace, to be honest.
Gallagher
I'd
was-
hate to be a Chelsea fan.
Gallagher
right
was
now.
there since he was like 9 or 10, and
Seen
the
the
way they
interviews with him
treated
as a
him,
kid?
yeah, the way they treated him was pretty
Disgusting.
poor, wasn't it?
Like he's like, I know obviously United might be
Casemiro,
selling
man.
Scott McTominay, but it's a completely different situation. Conor Gallagher was their captain for games last season.
Yeah.
He's a young lad, and now they basically forced him out the door.
What's the logic here, Joe? Explain this one to me, right? Conor Gallagher was your captain. And often, I didn't watch a lot of Chelsea, but often looked like one of their better players. João Felix wasn't good enough. So you've got rid of Conor Gallagher and brought Felix back.
I don't understand it.
How's that make any sense?
No idea. It's just
Is
stupid.
there some sort of money laundering operation going on?
Well,
What is this?
It's all about the money, innit? It's all about the trying a different way. Well done, Mason Mount. There, good pressing.
Yeah, that's good for me.
That's really good. Mickey Nooms with a lovely super chat here. He says, just want to say, guys, you're a big part of my life. Whether I'm working, doing the dishes or walking the dog, thank you. Also an original slopper. Thank you very much, Mickey. Or Mikey, should I say. Thank you, Mikey, mate. That's really nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Thank you for your support, man. It's
Yeah.
appreciated.
Brilliant, that.
We wouldn't be here without you.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
genuinely.
No.
So far, what do you make of it? So.
Some
Pressing really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're pressing really well. Some
Yeah.
decent moments from United. In terms of actually attacking, not a lot. But I think the rest of it's been good.
I think quite a lot of the play has been around Duncan, Van der Heck here. I think we're just pressing really well. I don't think nothing's really happening for them. Can't get out at the minute, can they?
No.
Which is good, but we need to turn that into chances and interesting. Oh, and Hannah's calm and composed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Both from all that.
Yeah, it is. Brighton just with a chance here. Long range shot. Onana felt safe in letting that go wide there. João Pedro. It wasn't the worst shot ever, but Onana didn't feel worried about it. Yeah.
Bit sloppy here from
Yeah, it
Diallo.
was. Yeah, it needed to be
Bit
better
of a
there.
guess pass in it.
Yeah.
Dangerous area, that is all.
Yeah. And then it's a
Yeah, it was.
tame
never
shot, really, in the grand scheme of things. João Pedro.
What's
Just
going
sort
on
of
with
scuffed
Shaw,
it.
lads?
He's injured until the international break again, isn't he? I don't get it. It's a poor touch from Rashford. Luckily, he got fouled, but first touch there was poor.
Milner.
Fuck off, Milner.
Yeah. Absolute longevity
Some career, you know.
nerd.
Some career, though, innit?
What, playing for City, Leeds?
No,
and
no,
Liverpool?
but
It's
you know.
fucking terrible.
No, you know what I mean? Like,
636 Premier
it's
League
mad,
appearances.
that.
He's, what, 17 behind
Gareth Barry.
Gareth Barry's all-time record. Embarrassing for the league that Gareth Barry holds that record. I think it's a sort of a black mark against the Premier League generally that someone as painfully average as Gareth Barry is
Go on,
the
you.
all-time record holder in terms of appearances.
Done well
I
there,
think
Diogo.
it's-
That's a
Goes to-
great ball! Oh, he's got to do better.
It's a-
Deloy's
it's a-
done
That
very
was
well.
that from Delo.
It was. It was
Brilliant.
really good play from United. Won the
Great
ball
ball.
back. Played the ball out.
His pace here as well. Look how quick he is
Wins it.
there.
Diallo
Diallo
wins the header into
on.
his own path pretty much.
Left leg.
And then left-footed cross.
It's a great
and the
ball.
problem is, it's Ahmad and
he's
it's
got to
come
score.
hip height. It's a tough one, that. What do you reckon,
I
Hopper?
think he's
It's
tried
tough
to
height.
turn his body. He's tried to turn his. Oh, he's got. No, he's got to score. He's
think?
got to lock his. He's got to lock his ankle, side foot, back towards the keeper. He's tried to come around it and like whip around it.
Or do you
Go
think
to
he's
the left.
guided back to
Yeah,
that
I think he
far
should
post?
go back to the keeper's right.
Yeah.
Lock your ankle, keeper's right.
That
Yeah.
was brilliant, by the way. Left-footed cross
Yeah,
there from Diogo
brilliant.
Dalot.
Yeah, it was.
It was like Dennis Irwin.
I think he's got to do better there, lads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
so,
I
yeah.
think the problem is because he wants to play it with his right foot, with his left foot because he's left-footed. He has to run toward the ball and open his body up and
Yeah.
get his left. If
Just
he's
come
right-footed,
around
he
the
could
ball.
have waited a bit longer And maybe, I don't know, I think
He's
probably just should have done a bit better.
He's tried to go around it that way rather
exactly.
than locking his ankle going back towards the goalkeeper like a little side foot finish. But great ball.
Yeah, it was a brilliant ball and well played there from United.
Yep.
To be fair, I don't want to keep going on about it. But Diallo did all the hard work there because he won that ball as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Won it with the header and then
Thinking
he's in pace and then a great ball and Diallo. Yeah, he should have done a bit better, but
that's all right.
Hey,
we'll
12 minutes
that.
come, we'll get more chances, but positive start, I think.
Yeah,
it is. It's better to start than we've had at Brighton for a long time.
Much better.
Bloody hell, there's some right stinkers over there the last few years. Even the one we won.
I love Mason Mount's pressing. You know, he do, and I'm just in my head now. He's in a better on the ball version of Fred. And that might be, I don't know if people take that as an insult, but that's what I see him as.
We all love Fred, don't we?
Yeah.
I think
and
Fred's
his big
one of
weakness
those
was on the ball.
You know, people like him.
That's very nice, that.
Well done, Diallo. Who was that? Number 9? It was João Pedro. That was a lovely nodded header, like over his shoulder down to the number 17 there, but well won.
Nah.
Well done.
It's done well again. Look, it's alright. He done well there, lad, putting his body in the way. It's alright, that.
Step straight across.
Yeah, he done well there.
Yeah.
Because he cut back inside. It's good. Is that... Yeah, done well there.
Yeah, I'm happy with United's start, though, so far.
No, I am. We look good in spells as well. You can see what we're trying to do. Like you say, the press it seems to be everyone's on the same page. One of the frustrating things has been when you see like one or two players doing it and the others just not bothering or whatever. But like everyone's up for it today. Everyone's on it. Brighton have had one shot from 30 yards that was well wide.
Yeah.
And we've had the best chance of the game so far. It's been decent.
Keep it coming. Win that.
Also, as well, Martin has just made such a difference in that.
Yeah, it does.
You know, we're just receiving the ball from Onana.
So important to the way they want to play.
But
very
see
good.
That's the thing. Like we said with
Mainu,
fucking hell, Diallo. The ability to receive the ball off the defence
anywhere
in, like, again, thigh high ball, and he's flicked it first time over his shoulder to Diallo, who's in space, who unfortunately lost the ball straight away. But if that ball there that Mainu just controlled was going to Fred or McTominay, Brighton have got the ball on the edge of our box. That was brilliant by Mainu.
I know we seem to say it every time I'm on here, Jay, and you always make the point is Martinez is so important to the way United do play.
Oh, brilliant. Come on, lads. Really good player down the left-hand side there.
You're right, Upper, he is.
Just that, the way he has the ball, he's calm and composed. And he's the same, like, he'll receive the ball with anybody as well.
Sorry.
He'll receive the ball, like Onana gives in the ball with his back to goal, player on him, but he's calm and he's composed. He's like Mainu, so good on the ball. Martinez.
Yeah, he's
so good.
It doesn't work anywhere nearly as well without him. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I know people. I hate when people say, "Well, you shouldn't be that reliant on one player." Every team has a player they're reliant on. City,
he's a good
without
player.
Rodri,
He's a very good
their
player.
record is abysmal.
Rodri's City's best player. In my
Arsenal with Saliba.
Yeah.
Liverpool with Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Everyone's got that one player who's integral to them.
50-50 possession.
And I think ours is Martinez.
Yeah. That was brilliant play out from the back there by United, you know. Like, their press was intense and it was on us. And the way we played down that left-hand side, finding people's strengths, playing the ball into the middle, whipping it across to the other side, and all of a sudden you got a bit of space there. The ball from Mazraoui, I think we expected it a bit early because 2 people went offside. But by the time it came back, the ball wasn't very good. But just to be able to play out from the back like that, really impressive. I like that. And I'm seeing a lot from Mason Mount. I know we talked about him before the game. He's the one who seems to be leading
Figure
things a lot.
points, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Look, pressing there now. Look, I think he's crucial, especially against a team like Brighton where they are so neat. They do want to play out from the back. You've got to have good pressers, because if you're just a headless chicken, remember the amount of times they just passed through us last season? We're not seeing that at all so far, are we? 16 minutes in.
Well done, there we go.
We've
won the ball back again,
well
look.
done. Punish it.
Go on, Cobby. Go on,
Mainu
son.
into the box.
Well
Goes
done.
past his man.
Oh,
almost.
okay.
He could have gone anywhere, that. He's unlucky.
Trick or unlucky, it's alright.
But again, really good pressure from United, winning the ball back 25 yards out. Not for the first time today. It's really good stuff, this. Really good stuff. Forcing Brighton into difficult passes. That's what pressing's all about.
That could have gone anywhere, that ricochet there.
Yeah,
Could have gone to Mount there on his left leg.
Pure luck. It's good to see this, though.
Yeah, it's good.
If you're a Brighton player now, you're struggling. That's a good one.
That's a good knock. Gilmore, he's technically good.
Gilmore. Yeah, he is. Links of him going to Napoli, weren't there? Was it Napoli?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well
done.
Casemiro.
Brilliant. Get it now. Give it. There you go. Done your job.
Oh,
Rashford, come on.
Knowing that as well, because even if it had come off, it was coming in at fucking neck height, that.
Yeah.
Rashford just chipping the ball into the centre of the pitch. I think we've got a goal kick there. But that's what Casemiro's good at. When the team is in the right shape, he can come in there and just use his defensive instinct to pick the ball up. It's been much better from United. This is far better than we've seen
so far.
In the
like what I'm seeing here.
last season, isn't it?
100%, bro. Like, definitely.
Yeah.
You can see, though, like, who did we have when we played Brighton beginning of last season? We didn't have Mainu, he was injured.
Yeah.
Martinez, I think, was injured.
He was either injured or he was
he
in that
wasn't
spell where
the
he
version
wasn't
of
fit.
Martinez where he wasn't fit.
Oh,
Yeah, he was still injured.
Brilliant.
Yeah, like...
It was on as well.
Touch on that.
It was on that as well, that
trying
switch.
to spread the pass there, it would have worked, but...
Look at Mason Mount, look, furthest man forward, blocking that pass to Dunk.
That's a good point. I don't even know if he had Mason Mount last season. I think we're relying on Hannibal.
I don't think we did, no.
Yeah. Done well there, Brighton. Got through that first line. Well done, Diallo.
Go on.
Again, forced him into having to play a tricky ball over the top, and Diallo can win it back.
Brilliant,
Down the line to
Mainu again. Class. Give it now.
Here we go.
Pass was on, too much on it.
Should have done the other way. Should have gone to Ahmad.
Yeah.
On the right hand side. Unlucky though. Good start this.
Yeah.
Like we were saying at the start of the game, I just hope Mount stays fit and he has a full season. I think that's when you can judge him off a full season. Started the season though.
Sorry. Kay Shadsky says, crazy to think if we win today, it's the first time in 7 years that we've won the first 2 games of the season. What?
Wow.
That is crazy.
I've not checked it. It could be.
I was going to say, is that right?
It could be a lie.
That's mad.
The sad thing is, it's either true or we believe it. Either way, that says a lot.
Like, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, it makes sense because under it's Ten Hag's first season and last season we didn't win the first 2 games, did we? I think Jose's last season Spurs beat us early doors, didn't they? Was it one of the first games? Can't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, it sounds about right.
It does.
To be fair, there was. I think even the season where we won like the title in the Champions League, we didn't win the first 2 games.
Mad, isn't it?
First season we ever won the title in the Premier League. For the first table that was published, we were bottom.
Really?
We lost 2 and drew 1 of our first 3 games. We lost away at Sheffield United. I think we drew with Ipswich.
What,
and
in
lost
93?
Yeah, like we had 1 point from 9.
Bloody hell.
Quiet.
Harry.
Poor that.
Adam Gibson, we're actually looking good and pressing well as a team. Need a bit more going forward, but better. DP does code, says great football so far, winning it high, lots of short passing. Only thing is you can still sense a mistake in this team. That's true. Absolutely. I've seen a lot of passing drills in limited space and our play really reflects that. Come on United. That's from Liam Coops.
Come on United.
I tend to agree with you. And look, again,
Who was
Mason
that from,
Mount.
sorry?
Liam Coops.
Sorry, I spoke over when you was telling his name there. Thank you, Liam.
Yeah. Mount's pressing, chef's kiss, says Ryan Pitt. I agree. Brighton struggling to play from the back, having to go long here. And Danny Welbeck.
Oh, you got
it's a
too
good ball.
tight there, didn't
Yeah.
it? Back in Mainu.
Pedro.
Oh,
Yes,
Manu!
love it.
Manu there.
Love it. Well, what a touch that is.
That's a foul.
I don't think it is.
Not give it, has he? Brilliant for Mainu.
Yeah,
That
it was.
recovery run, great
See, Brighton did
tackle.
well there, but that's where you have a bit of individual quality there from Manu tracking his man, winning the slide tackle. That looks like a hopeful ball, yeah, it was.
Brilliant again, Mainu. Assessing danger.
More than Mason Mount.
Go on, get at him. Go on.
Yeah, now we need to get players in the final third because Ahmad's by himself.
Ah, it's nice.
He's done well. Find a pass. Well done.
Hit one. Ah.
That's all right. Keep the ball a bit. Well done. Nice. So it'll be interesting to see how we can build up now. Brighton have actually sat back a little bit. It's the first time we've had him or one of the first times we've had him in this area.
Ahmad done really well there.
Yeah, he did.
2v1.
brought the ball up the pitch and kept it.
Done well.
That's what he's good at, innit?
Go on.
Compared to maybe.
What's it?
That's
That's
a
a
ball.
fucking
That's a
foul
ball.
on a
That's a
ball.
booking. That's a yellow card. You can't just flick the ball out of the way with your hand.
Say no, innit?
That is mental, isn't it?
This one here, innit?
That there is a foul.
That's a
and
fucking
that's a
yellow
yellow
card.
And that's a handball.
That's a yellow. You can't just pick the ball up and scoop it away.
How's
Nah,
that
it's
not a
bad.
yellow card?
That is bad. Bruno's having a moan there
That
now.
has
He's
to be a
right
yellow
though.
card, surely.
Can't go on the floor and then claw it away, can you? He's put his body in the way as
blocks him
well.
anyway with, if you watch.
So he handballs
Right
it
there,
that's a
blocks
foul,
him,
and
and
then
then a
scoops it away
foul,
with his
and then
arm.
uses his arms up in... Oh my God.
I think the other thing, his maybe his body was in the way of the ref when he sort of scooped it. The ref was behind his shoulder, but that's fucking ridiculous. That right. Anyway, free kick to United on the left-hand touchline, maybe 30 yards out. Ahmad and Bruno stood over it. Short run-ups. Ahmad swings.
Oh, what a ball that is. Oh, he's 3 men there as well.
Casemiro honestly could have took that down on his chest and put it in. He's got so much space in front of him. Is he giving a foul?
What's going on there? Oh.
He's onside, or it's
It's
VARable. It's too high for him to do
There was
anymore.
one man behind him. Who was that behind him as well?
Diallo and Maguire.
Oh yeah, I think if he'd have left it, they probably would have had a...
He would have had a better
What is
opportunity.
it about Casemiro's head, by the way? Just being
Oh,
an absolute...
leak it. Wonder if they're going to talk about that for days.
Yeah, Brighton's roof leaking there. The American Express Stadium.
Amex.
Go on. Oh. It's a good knock by the keeper, that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Casemiro's just unbelievable at winning headers from free kicks,
Isn't
isn't
it? It's weird.
It's
He's
always
on the end of things.
It's absolutely always on. I guess they're obviously trying to find him.
Yeah,
But at the same
still.
time, he beats the opposition every time.
Gilmore's a good player, isn't he, lads?
Yeah,
he
he
is.
Technically very good.
Well done.
Manu.
Oh, he's unlucky there. I thought that was the one as well.
Yeah,
It's the right ball, that one.
Trent United. Got a super chat here.
Super chat, you got to read it out.
Sam Z says Mount feels like a 60 million Dan James. Press high energy, but that's about it. Have a feeling his transfer is going to be another scourge on Ten Hag like Anthony. I absolutely disagree with that.
Yeah, I do.
Personally.
No disrespect, right? Appreciate you supporting the channel and everything. But I think after watching that, the first 25 minutes to say that seems a bit off key to me. Because I think he's done very well in this 25 minutes.
Yeah, me
what
too.
I mean? I certainly wouldn't be calling him a 60 million quid Dan James based off what I've just been watching.
A great
Well done,
tackle.
Mazraoui.
I think we're
Well done, Mazraoui there. Brilliant.
I think we underestimate how technically good he is, though.
Yeah.
Like when at Chelsea, everyone would always say Mason Mount how good technically he is.
Look at the meltdown
See,
the fans had.
yeah.
Like when Havertz and Mount went, and I know Mount came through the academy, and you always have an affiliation with academy players, but a lot of Chelsea fans didn't really care about Havertz going. Fine, we've actually got a good deal there out of Arsenal, and we're fuming about Mount.
Yeah.
And we're like, look, and it doesn't matter how whether you come through the academy or not. If you're not a good player, fans aren't going to be going to see the back here, and they were because they thought they all rated him. So they rated him for a reason.
He can't go from just because he is high press and he is running around with so much energy. You can't then turn him into always a Dan James. That technical ability don't go away. You know what I mean? It's just because at the moment that's all they're doing. They're pressing.
And people act like being really good at pressing and having loads of energy and being good on the ball.
Look,
just
like
see
that.
Mason Mount there.
That was class.
Dan James isn't doing that. People act like being amazing at pressing
That was mint as well.
Is easy or just
What
just
it?
comes to everyone.
That was a great.
Yeah, you're right, Joe.
But it's
You're
not.
right.
That's
You're
a
right.
trait.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
a characteristic in and of itself that is not everyone has. Him being this good at pressing that we've seen today in particular and against Fulham, I thought, is a very good quality to have.
Did
But
the
then you
cameras pick
can't-
up against Fulham where the ball went out and Harry Maguire kicked the other ball away as well?
Yeah.
On
Seeing
the
that.
cone, I love that.
And like what you're saying there, Joe, is 100% right. But then people can't forget how technically good he is. Like he used to take all the free kicks for Chelsea. He used to score 25-yard free kicks. He used to, you know what I mean? You can't forget that.
No.
Just because this is what he's doing at this moment in time with the high press stuff. You can't just imprint that in your memory.
Yeah, exactly.
He just seems to slice that a little bit. Yeah.
Hit one.
Diogo Dalot.
Diallo special. Oh!
He loves to go at
Just
Brighton,
over
doesn't
He
he?
does, and he loves a little 25-yard ping
Yeah, he
piece
does.
as well, like that, doesn't he?
Look, the
He
RH.
loves just popping it, just with a little, just that little instep.
Little whippage.
Yeah, yeah.
RH in the office.
Always
Boom.
got a little instep.
Did you
on it.
teach him that?
Nah, not gonna claim.
You have coached Diallo before,
Yeah, I
haven't
have,
you? You've
yeah,
done
yeah.
some personal
I
coaching.
don't know whether we mentioned it on here, but
Yeah.
yeah, I have, yeah.
We've never. I don't think we talked about it before. But for people who don't know, that is impressive.
Do you know what? I rate Diallo and Fred and Bruno and them men as well. Elanga as well, I think, was one of yours.
Yeah,
as well,
Elanga,
wasn't it?
yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that they do that.
Yeah,
The
it's
fact that
class.
they go and get a bit of
Yeah, extras.
coaching and stuff, because not all players do that, do they?
No.
They'll just do what the club
Yeah.
ask them to do, and you can understand that. But to go and do a little bit extra shows that there's the determination
Nah,
there. that you want.
professionalism as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Always
look
wanted
at-
to strive to be better, and it's class.
Do you know what, right? I'll be gutted if we don't win a title, obviously, for a multitude of reasons. But Bruno Fernandes has to win a title at United.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He just fucking does.
Yeah, he does.
Like, I can't have him not winning a title. That's just going to be a disgrace.
I'm not going to say first name on the team sheet, but I think he plays an active part in almost every single time when inside United have ever had, if we had him.
Yeah.
He's getting minutes in every team
Of course
I've ever
he is.
seen United. He's unreal. And, you probably won't start him ahead of Keane or Scholes. But if you're playing the three in midfield, imagine Keane, Scholes and Bruno as your midfield.
it's on as well.
Yeah.
That's one of the best
Yeah.
midfielders the Premier League has ever seen. Maybe the best.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell, it'd be such a shame for him to play the number of years he has and make the number of chances. Every year he's top of the list for chances created, and he'll
Go on.
thereabouts.
Go on.
And not win anything major. Or, the big two.
Yeah, no,
Well done,
I completely agree. He deserves
Well
it.
done, Ahmad, as well there. And well done, Mason Mount. That's
It's not a free
foul. How's
kick.
that a foul?
It's not a free
That's
kick. that.
rubbish. He's out. Pathetic. But I'm encouraged by this first half from United. Tom Houghton says, do you think he's sticking with Maguire to keep up his confidence before inevitably bringing in De Ligt? You always mention McTominay keeping his place for the first few games when we turned Casemiro.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, he
you
did.
don't want to...
People were surprised at
Nice,
that. But
Diallo.
I remember it was the Arsenal game, I think was the big surprise, if memory serves, where McTominay was in the start 11. Everyone was like, why is Casemiro not starting? Forgive me if I'm misremembering, I'm pretty sure that was what happened. But if you actually watch when Casemiro as well came on in a few substitute appearances when he first arrived, I think it was Leicester away in Southampton away or one of the others.
Yeah.
And he looked a little bit off the pace. And McTominay had played well, so he kept his place. He's a fan of that, isn't he, Ten Hag? He does that. If you played well, you keep
your
it.
shirt,
You keep
yeah.
your place. And I understand that as well. And also, like, it's not like you're looking at this and going, oh, you can't start Harry
Go on.
Maguire
Chance
against
for a
Brighton.
counter.
Yeah, we could
You're
be
in.
here.
Rashford's
Pick the pass, pick the pass.
Oh, she needs to be in front of him.
Awful.
Pass.
Awful, that.
He's still onside though, right? He's still onside. He should have gone in front of him rather than behind
That
him.
was bizarre, that, yeah.
Ah, it's poor
Go on,
that.
who's on now for Rashford? Oh, fuck. If he plays it between the two,
His
two
momentum's
defenders
running on the
Rashford's
ball.
That's
He's
a
got to
poor
do
decision
better
from
there.
Rashford.
That's a good opportunity. That.
That's better.
Oh, he's
Oh,
offside
it's
though.
offside.
That's silly, that.
He needs to slide that through
Yeah.
the two centre, the
Rashford
fullback
here
and
right
the.
now, and Rashford doesn't really shout at his teammates. He doesn't. He
He's
lets his
saying
head
that
drop.
there now.
But you need to tell him.
Brilliant from Mainu.
He cuts inside brilliantly
run
as
from
well.
Bruno's
Now
drag
play
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so long.
Or go behind him.
In there, outside the
He's just
foot,
done it
so
all
it
wrong,
curves
hasn't he,
back
there,
in.
Ahmad?
Oh mate, that's a chance. That.
It's a
Well,
big
no, it's an
chance.
opportunity, isn't it? Like.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
Keep it,
Oh,
keep it.
go on.
Oh,
Well
done.
done,
Diogo,
well done,
well done.
Diogo Dalot.
Class. Play now.
Nicely done.
Oh.
Man on. Shit.
Boy, didn't check your shoulder, buddy. Hopefully don't get punished. Well,
Well
done.
done,
Good
well
reaction,
done.
though. Good reaction. No, nice, Bruno. Nice,
Keep
Bruno.
going, son.
So good at shielding the ball. That's
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 a poor
bad.
pass,
Stupid
Marcus.
that.
Come on, give me a chance, lad.
the bloke who's literally got a man tackling him as he passes it to you, you immediately ping it straight back to his feet. Come on. Don't make sense. Conor O'Reilly with a super chat. He says, love Scholesy, but he's a rubbish pundit. Interesting.
I don't necessarily think he's rubbish. I think he's very negative. And I kind of like, part of me gets it because he's come from a successful United team where you won everything and it's like the standards and all that. But sometimes I felt a bit sorry for McCullough. 'Cause every time he said something remotely positive, Scholesy was like, well, I disagree. Brighton have scored.
100th goal.
And it's
Danny
Danny Welbeck. It had to
obviously.
be. Sure as the day is long, Danny Welbeck scores against United.
The first fucking shot on target. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how many United have had, but
And he was
Said it, we called it, didn't we? We called it, lads.
Yeah.
99 goals
We knew.
flickering
As soon
up
as I saw that
before
99
fucking-
goals flash up, that was it, wasn't it? How's that happened?
And that's, for me, that's undeserved, in my opinion.
Completely. Brighton have
Sloppy goals to
done
concede
nothing
as
in
well.
this game. Both.
Very sloppy goal.
He was let him go here though. He's all on his own here.
He's got to close the ball down earlier though. With a Diallo needs to get engaged with the ball a bit. Like he just, if you watch, he takes a touch, lifts his head up. Great ball in, to be
It's a
fair.
good ball in, and then from there,
He switches
just
off.
between two.
Maguire.
Maguire's got the other man at the near post.
Maguire
though.
says he couldn't reach it as well. I could hear him saying to whoever, he said I couldn't reach
Well,
the ball.
See, either someone needs to tuck back and track him, or they need
Well,
an
who's-
extra man in there so Maguire can drop off. Because it
Who-
starts off with he's Maguire's man, but once the ball goes past everyone, Maguire switches to the man at the near post.
But whose man is that? Because there's Casemiro and then there's Martinez there as
Yeah.
well.
United attacking the other end.
Oh, unlucky.
Go on, hit him straight away.
Yeah. Ball to
Yes.
the post. Rashford, you got a
Yo, what a save!
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Come on!
Oh no!
Oh, sugar.
Oh!
Please check it. Please be wrong. Oh, let's have a look.
He's offside the whole time, Rashford.
Oh yeah.
It's not there though.
No, it's the second phase. Yeah, he's
Close.
off. He's off. It's,
Close,
it's his
mate.
arm
It's
there.
close. It's close. It's probably going to be off, but it's
arm.
It's not as.
I think it's his left arm, Joe, I think. Oh, what a finish, though.
It was offside the whole time.
Yeah, he's
Offside.
offside. It's
Fuck's
an easy one, that, wasn't it?
To be fair, when I saw that replay, it looked.
Yeah.
Do we
His
not even
left
get
arm
a
looks-
line on it? The replay wasn't.
bit,
the-
Joe.
Well,
No, you're right, though. You're right. I think it was just his left arm. It's a
it's the
good finish
quickest
on the
offside
floor,
check I've
that.
ever seen. That 2 seconds. It's annoying that because an instant goal back would have put United on top there.
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on, we can still go
100%.
for it here.
Get there. Oh, go on.
Bloody hell. So annoying.
I can't believe we're losing this.
We've got to keep the press up and the volume in terms of that. He needs to get with Mount, though. He can't go on his own.
No, we need to keep playing how they have
Yeah,
because it's
agreed.
been good so far, and we need to not get panicky or desperate because Brighton have done something decent that's comfortable. Yeah, it's annoying that. Who played the ball to Welbeck? Do we know?
It was no, I'm not too sure. The lad crossed it in the assist zone. It went back and then someone put it across. But I don't know whether Maguire should have scanned to see if someone was behind him, but Casemiro and Martinez was behind him.
Yeah.
So whether Maguire had the man who was going to the near post area, I'll have to see it again. But
Yeah. From when the ball came across from Pedro to start with, Maguire was on Welbeck. But once the ball had gone past everyone, then Maguire switched to the man at the near
Shuffle-
post
yeah, shuffle around.
because Mazraoui had to go to the man on the ball.
Yeah.
So then there's that gap behind him where you either need Casemiro to drop in,
Or
Martinez to push
Martinez,
forward,
yeah.
or maybe Maguire should have dropped off. But then you can't leave the man at the near post unmarked, can you? Because that's even
No.
more ridiculous. But
Have to
the
see that again.
communication- The thing is, once a ball goes in that's that good, things start getting a bit difficult then,
Yeah.
don't they? When you push the ball in between
Nice.
the centre backs and the keeper.
well done, Mount. Brilliant.
Rashford's offside again.
Oh, unlucky. Brilliant Mount again. Mount, very good.
Yeah, it was. He did well there, Mount. Good run off the ball, good cross in, or decent cross in. I'm pretty sure Rashford was offside though. Even if it had got to him, it would have been offside. So annoying that goal didn't count as well.
Would have been perfect timing,
it
wouldn't it?
Just getting one back instantly. Corner to United then.
Oh, come on, lads. Let's grab one here.
It's annoying that. Bruno on the ball. Deep to the back post,
Well,
nodded
that's a
away
high
by
one, that.
Gilmore, out for a throw-in. Bastard. Edward Porter says, I'm thinking 2-1 to United, still on. As I Man United, I'm sick of hearing Ten Hag will be sacked by Christmas. What do you think? Up the Paddock. I mean, If we play like this every game, I'd be very shocked if we sat by Christmas. Because I think these sorts of performances will win us.
What the ball that was. Finish it. Mount. Oh, you've got to be better.
Offside again. Can we stop being offside every fucking time,
We are playing well.
We're playing
Good
really
ball
well.
for Martinez.
That's what I'm saying. If we play like this every week, he won't be sat by Christmas.
No, not a chance.
Because we'll win a lot of games if we can play like this every week.
This is much better from United. It's just that one little moment of switching off at the back there.
Yeah.
And also just being a little bit more on it when it comes to taking our chances.
Nick Anand says, first match of the season with the watch along on for me. It's good to be back. Thank you very much, Nick, who's a member for 47 months. Cheers, mate. Sam Zed, I know we've read that one already. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm going to have to disagree with you all. We're all rooting for Mount, but he has to do more on the ball. I think personally we're seeing more from him on the ball today. Getting in good areas, wide, putting balls in the box. We'll see. James Stewart says, Maguire strikes again. He isn't United quality. Liam Rascola says, undeserved perhaps, but 2 games in and our wasteful attack is costing us again. I'm sick to the back teeth of it. Here we go again. That is something to mention. I think United at some point need to start being more clinical. You just said it then, Jay. It's all good defending well, mostly, winning the ball back high, but when we get in good areas, twice today, one, Ahmad put the ball wide from a sort of volley 10 yards out. Another time Ahmad's happens to be in both times, has played a shocking pass to Rashford that's basically ended an attack.
Yeah.
We do need to do more when we're getting that final third in terms of decision making and just quality, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's the build-up play. Do you know what? It's sort of like reminiscent of how Brighton used to be, like where the build-up was great and then they just like, remember when they were like top of the XG and all that, and then but they were 17th.
Yeah.
Well, we've been a bit like that, where our build-up play has been great, our press has been great, but the actual job of putting the ball in the back of the net, we've fallen short, and all that, either that, whether that's with the finish or not being on side, or the final pass. But it's been much better, and I think what has impressed me about United as well when playing out is everyone who's on the ball is decent on the ball.
Yeah.
So when you've got Martinez to Mainu to Mount to Bruno, you're looking at players who are technically mint. Like they're not fazed by that quick passing, and I'm glad to see we're using that a little bit more, because we've always said this about United when everyone's fit or when we've even got the majority of players fit. On paper, we're a good team.
Yeah.
It's just translating that into good performances. So, ironically, this is one of our better performances, but we're 1-0 down.
Yeah, great movement from Mount. Good run off the ball. Not been his best game, Ahmad.
No, it's not.
I wonder whether what's happened obviously is affecting him as well, because I know he was keen to play, but
nice, that's good though.
I don't know, I might be wrong, but I just think
Brilliant,
you've got
Mount.
that in the back of your mind, it can't help.
See, little bits like that from Mount there. He's got a man up his arse and he rolls the ball under his foot and chips it to Harry Maguire. That is quality on the ball. It's not getting you a goal or assist, but that's difficult to do, and it's hard, and it's good quality stuff.
Go on, get his body in.
I think that's really good from Mount.
I don't, Bruno. I'm okay.
Almost. Shabogan says, we concede 1 goal and the chat loses its head. Sort yourselves out, this is embarrassing. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to lose our head just yet. Wees!
Oh, I'm okay.
Too much.
I'm okay.
Rashford's down here. Bruno sort of showed his hand a bit earlier there, didn't he? You could see he was going to try that floater to the back post. Rashford's down holding his knee. Is he?
The ref's holding his knee.
Yeah, ref's holding one knee, Rashford's holding the other knee. I don't look like a tangle of legs. I don't know what it's here.
I don't think there's much in it.
Rahil Amin says, perhaps this is why you need to play a striker. Thoughts?
I think when you like we touched on at the start of the game, if you play with a false 9, then the midfield runners need to get beyond the Bruno, and your Rashfords and Ahmads need to weigh in with goals. I don't think you have an outlet, do you, when you don't play with a 9? But then, unless we play Highland, like, because Xerxes is like 9.5. What was that thing he said? Like between a 10 and a 9, like a 9.5. He'll have the late runs into the box and stuff. I just think you just need a bit of a presence. Like, Brighton have got a Welbeck who they can play into, and he can pin Maguire and they can get runners off him. You know what I mean? We haven't got anyone like that, have we?
No. Cobby winning the ball back there again brilliantly.
Do you agree? Do you agree with that, lads? Or
I do agree with you. I do. But my only worry is that we saw last season is do we lose a little bit in terms of winning the ball back when we've got someone up there? Because you can't have it both ways, can you? You can't have 4 central midfielders, 2 wingers, and a striker.
No, 100%.
That's too many. And the other thing I worry about is, do we have players who can find him? Because if it's Xerxes, I get it, because he'll drop deep and win the ball back himself. And I know we can't bring Højlund on now, but talking more generally, who's looking for Højlund in the final third? Do we have players who will do that? Because last season he was isolated so much, wasn't he?
No, 100%.
Like, he almost was a sort of non-entity in a lot of games because we don't have players who want to look for a striker. So we've just got to find that balance. We're seeing a lot of improvements in a lot of areas.
Well done, lad.
But then we're lacking in that final third because maybe...
well done there, Bruno.
Almost.
No, I get that.
Yeah. I think we've been a bit unlucky the way the chances have fallen. The Ahmad volley, he should have done better, but it's a tough height to hit first time. I know you're slightly more demanding.
I think he should
because you're a better footballer than me. You know maybe what is to be expected.
That's a foul.
I just think he's just tried to twist his body to go like to the keeper's left rather than going back across him, like lock your ankle and punch it back in. Like a little pass, like a side foot pass. He's tried to like
lay
rotate.
It off to the back post.
Like cushion it.
Yeah.
That would have been a great goal as well, wouldn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah, it would. Shame.
Yeah, it was.
It's annoying first half this because I think United have undoubtedly been the better team, but we're losing. But I think that's the thing when if you want to become a top team, you can't let the scoreline be the only thing that affects you. Yeah. You have to be able to and it goes the other way as well because too many times last season we're 1 and 2 goals up and all of a sudden we sit off and allow pressure and allow chances. We can't be doing that this season either. We've not seen that yet because United haven't been in a position to have to tackle that. But we can't be a team that if we're 1-0 down we shit ourselves. If we're 1-0 up we shit ourselves. The only time we're comfortable is when we're drawing. That needs to go because we saw that all the time last year, didn't we? United terrified unless we're 0-0. Keeper. Hold on.
Good.
Hold on.
Brilliant. That's the composure though, isn't it? Love it. Tell you what, you're stitching him up there, though. You're stitching him up. That's a couple of times he's done that.
And he got pulled down, mate.
Runner, Ahmad. There's your runner, mate. He's got away with that.
Goalkeeper, well done.
Who's on now?
Come on.
I reckon Ahmad's half time or 60 minutes. I think he's coming off. I think.
Garnacho.
Yeah, I feel
think
like
so.
It's not been his day, and you can understand why as well.
Yeah.
They're a tough team to play against as well, Brighton, because you have to do everything so quick because you've not got any time.
That's a great ball.
He's not got many minutes in the tank at this level and this intensity in his career.
Is it like how many times he started 2 Premier League games on a spin?
Go on, get at him, mate. Go on.
Yeah. Doesn't usually happen, does it?
Come on, bud.
No, it's what I mean. He's just getting himself in a pickle there and then giving away a foul.
Yeah, he had 2 passes on there. Yeah, struggling a little bit, Ahmad. But that's alright, we can understand that. Also, we've got people on the bench who can do a bit as well. You've got, obviously, Garnacho's the standout there. But you've got Xerxes as well if you want to try something different.
Yeah.
Anthony, but I don't imagine that's an option, really. Miguel Garcia says, I don't care about that goal was 100% on Maguire. For letting the ball go in front of him? Or what? For what?
I think we need to see that again. We need to see that again because, like I said, as it comes back across,
well done, Sancho.
Is that his man that's ran off him because he's not scanned to see where he is? Is he ball watched? We have to see it again because that was my first thought.
There is a man at the front post that I thought
was a great
Maguire
ball by Onana, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Just roll it to Casemiro. So whose responsibility was that?
Yeah,
we'd have to see it again.
It might be Maguire. Maguire
it.
might have just left well back,
sorry, I didn't mean to go on. Finish your point.
Sorry. He might have switched man because there's a man at the near post now who. Imagine you drop off and leave an open man at the near post. That's inexcusable. You can't be doing
but
that.
Like,
time, by the way.
Say as the ball goes across and the right back goes to engage with the ball, he surely, if he's facing the play. If he scans to his left-hand shoulder, he knows that a man's coming off him. Whereas if he's solely focusing on the ball and he hasn't scanned and he's switched off and he's got around him and he's tapped it in, then that's his responsibility.
Absolutely.
But we have to see it because Casemiro and Martinez was behind him.
Yeah.
So as Martinez got the man coming in on the back post, is Casemiro man scored, or is it Maguire's man? We're going to have to see it.
Yeah, we need to see it. Should Maguire have been a yard closer to his goal to stop the ball coming across?
Possible position related, but
it,
also if he's in that position, just scan to see where he is, and then if he is coming behind you, then drop 1 or 2 yards.
Does he have the time to do all of these things?
Of Maguire, and he's scanning. He always goes on about it with Harry Maguire. Says he doesn't scan enough. His awareness isn't there. Really annoying, because that's one of our better first halves.
Yeah, I thought United were very good in that game.
I mean, especially away from home at a tough team like Brighton. Yeah. But the score's 1-0, so you don't get bonus points for playing well. So it is a bit frustrating, but we look good. Rashford one was obviously offside, wasn't it? There was no dispute out there. I think it didn't even take much of a VAR. It was like 10 seconds, hence the reason there wasn't much added on time. Other than that, a couple of chances Diallo perhaps should have scored. And he's just not quite been on it, has he, Diallo?
No. You're looking at some of the stats then. United 5 shots, Brighton had 3 shots. United had more accurate passes, more possession. Obviously, Brighton ended up with a higher XG of 0.83, but 0.8 of that came from the goal. So obviously, you can't say other than the goal because they've scored it, but that goal was the only chance Brighton have made in the whole game. In terms of XG, it accounts for about 99% of their XG. United, on the other hand, not made a lot either, but we've had a couple of decent chances, and that one in particular where Ahmad, his ball to Rashford, should have been playing him in. Yeah. He should have been one touch shot, and instead he's turning back around to get the ball. But I think we've seen a lot of good things from United. Personally, I think in terms of, United have won more tackles, double the amount of interceptions, won more duels, more aerial duels, more successful dribbles. I think we've seen United, in terms of the pressing, Jay, one of the best pressing performances I've seen from United since Ten Hag got it, or maybe, in recent memory.
Like, we always hear this criticism, don't we? When people want to criticise Ten Hag, no matter what, it'll be the style of play. Like, if it's not the results or whatever, or it'll be what's his style of play. Well, there you're seeing a style. You're seeing what looks more like what he's been trying to do, or what he's wanted to do for a little while. And now we're seeing it. And I think it's helped because you've got the sort of personnel there. Going back, I mentioned it earlier about the game against Brighton at Old Trafford last season, where we were missing a lot of key players. People didn't realise at the time how important Manu was going to be. Martinez, beginning of last season, wasn't fit. You could tell he wasn't the Martinez we're seeing today. Casemiro wasn't fit, and then he was injured, like properly injured and out of the team. Mount was injured. Who else was missing? There was, I think there was it. I can't remember who else was missing. We're missing someone else as well, weren't we? Missing quite a few players last season. But look at this season. Basically, you've got Martinez. He's back in the team. He's fully fit. You've got Casemiro's in the team and he's fit. You've got Manu's in the team and he's fit. Mount's in the team. I think it was him. You've got like the spine of that team looks much stronger, much better, and you can tell where the way, not just the way we're pressing and everything, but the way we're keeping the ball and playing out from the back. I've been impressed with playing out from the back, because every time a player gets the ball and you think they're under a bit of pressure, whether that's Martinez, whether that's Manu, even Diallo, they look comfortable, man. Yeah. They look like they can keep possession and they're making things happen. So it's been better, but if it stays like this at the end of 90 minutes, I'm not going to go home buzzing because we played well and lost. No. We need to get a result.
We do. Just looking at some of the numbers you mentioned, Manu and Casemiro, some people in the comments saying that they think Manu's been poor, but I think defensively Manu's been excellent. He's won 2 out of 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 4 ball recoveries as well. Casemiro, 3 out of his 4 tackles. He's won 3 ball recoveries. Diallo's recovered the ball 8 times as well. Those 3 in the top 4 in terms of defensive actions on the pitch as well. I think defensively and winning the ball back, United have been very good. The problem is, that we sort of spoke about a little bit before the half-time whistle, didn't we, Ryan, is our United, what we're gaining in the sort of the middle of the pitch and in terms of our ability to press with those extra midfielders in there, are we lacking in our ability to create chances and put away chances because of the lack of striker? Yeah,
no, I know we've been saying it as we go along on a watch along. It's like when you play with a 9, it gives you that like outlet. Like if you look at Brighton now, they've always got, the Gilmore might fire it into a Welbeck, he might get hold of it, he might pin Maguire or Martinez, and then midfield runners can come off him, and then that's when they create chances. And also in the box, like we're seeing for the goals, they pick up positions and the goal scorers. So that's their job to score goals. With us, obviously, by playing a false nine, Bruno drops in.
Yeah.
And then you're relying on a Mount or a Mainu to then run off him for like a third man run, or you're relying on the Rashford or the Amads to weigh in with goals and get out in 1v1 and cut inside and get shots off. That's where the goals are probably going to come from, or set pieces. We haven't really got anyone we can go into and then interchange off, and we haven't really got an outlet, in my opinion. So when you play with a false nine, that's what it gives you. But then I get what you're saying, and your point is when you play with a false nine, it does give you a little bit of extra, protection in the central areas, the midfield areas, and the legs in there. And then if he wants to play with that pressing game, he can then do it. But then the name of the game is to score goals as well. So it's like you said before, you've got to find a balance where it's like, right, we're doing this really good, but then we've got an attacking threat. This is why it'll be interesting to see, like in the Fulham game with the Xerxes substitution when he comes on, because he will then drop in and give you that sort of back to goal holding the ball up, but then soon as he pops it off, he'll get himself into the box, like getting in the box late runs into the box, little finishes. And defenders, they're nightmares when people are running into the box late and getting little tap-ins. So I would like to see if it's 1-0 up 50, 55 minutes, I think he should not hesitate, and I think he should make the substitution early.
Yeah,
and I think Ahmad might come off at half-time. Ahmad might come off at half-time or in 60 minutes. But what I don't want him to do is, and I know Ten Hag does this, is like, you're 1-0 down, you're away from home, like you've got someone on the bench who is a threat.
You see the goal there, bro. They're just replaying.
Yeah.
For me, I've had it on my laptop here, just looking through the things. Firstly, Maguire should have done a better job of clearing that first ball.
Right, so he scanned once.
What surprises me is he does scan Maguire. People want to say the word scanning because it's Maguire.
Yeah.
He checks over his shoulder when that ball goes over, so he does do that.
Yeah, he does.
The problem is he switches to the front post man, rightly or wrongly, and gets too close to him. Number 41 there for Brighton. I'm doing the slow replay on here, look. As the ball comes in, it goes past Maguire, which maybe should have been a step further forward to block that. The ball comes in, he switches on to number 41. He checks his shoulder there. He switches on, and I think either Martinez should be coming here to block number 18, Welbeck, or Maguire needs to be a step further to his right.
To block the cross.
But between the two of them, Martinez sticks with his man at the back post, leaving Welbeck free in front of him, and Maguire goes too close to number 41, leaving the channel there.
So Casemiro's behind Martinez. What's Casemiro doing?
So Casemiro basically is walking the whole time.
Can I see that? Or is that
so if we look there, so the ball comes across here. Ball swings in. Maguire lets it go in front of him.
It's a good ball, by the way.
Casemiro's there. Martinez is here on number 17.
Right.
At this point, look. Oh shit! Sorry, 1 second.
It's all right.
At this point, where are we? Maguire checks his shoulder.
Yep. So he scans. Check his shoulder
there. Yep. Scans and looks. Martinez looks like he's going to go to Welbeck, but stays on number 17 instead.
Right.
So when the ball comes in, Martinez is on the man at the back post, and Maguire tracks number 41 there.
So I think what they're saying about Maguire is if he positions himself more like a yard to the right, he blocks across. He blocks across. But listen, I love Martinez, but that's also his responsibility to tuck over.
Yeah.
Because the man on the back post is not the threat. The man in the middle of the goal, Welbeck, is the threat.
Yeah. It's a combination of mistakes to me. Maguire should have blocked the cross. Maguire was too far out of the goal. He should have been inside the 6-yard box.
Goal post.
Yeah, and Martinez needs to come over and get the man in the middle, because if the ball's coming from that side, the order of priority is man at the near post, man in the middle, man at the back post, and instead he sticks with the back post and leaves Welbeck in the middle.
And also
3 mistakes between the two.
And also, I think another one is as the ball comes in. So I think they've got the cross off too easy. I think Diogo needs to go and press the ball for the cross. I think he's allowed him to get his head up, put the ball into a dangerous area. As he crosses that ball, I think Diogo needs to go back into position and cover the back post area.
Yeah.
Have a look at that, because also if that's the case, Diogo tucks into the back post area. He can then push Martinez on to the goal scorer. Then Maguire can focus on the one where he checks his shoulder on the left-hand side shoulder. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Someone who's down at the Amex just said Xerxes warming up.
Yeah, okay. I can only assume that's through the Ahmad or Rashford.
Yeah.
I don't think Rashford's been particularly poor.
He also says Sommer, Ericsson and Collier warming up as well. So
Okay.
I don't know if there's going to be a big change or if that's just.
I can't imagine them.
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying about?
Yeah, I do.
'cause
I think it's a multitude of things. I think Maguire makes 2 mistakes. I think Martinez makes a mistake as well. Martinez, if there's a man in front of you and you're at the back
That's the
post,
threat.
the threat is the man in the centre of the goal. He should have gone forward one.
Yeah.
Maguire as well should have been aware that there's a man behind him. So I can't completely commit to this guy at the near post. I have to sort of split my options. But letting the ball across was poor as well.
Forgive me if this is a stupid question, right? Because I don't know jack shit about tactics in football, but when I was a kid, it was always like having that extra man, at least having a man for man in the situation there. Martinez has got 2 men there. Like,
so this is what I'm saying.
Where's the fault lie? Because I understand the point Joe's making of Martinez should go to the man.
Yeah, that's the threat.
But then he's leaving his man. Is that not where someone else should be? In that?
That's why you're mentioning Casemiro and Diallo as well.
I'm mentioning. So for me, if you break it down phase for phase, I think the cross needs to be stopped. I think he took a touch, he's delayed for like a second to 2 seconds, then he's got his cross in. I think if Diogo engages with the ball and puts his leg out, he could potentially stop the cross.
Is it Mazraoui over there on that side, or is it?
No, he's the one using. No, so I'm on about the first phase when the balls come in.
Sorry, you did say that.
The balls come in from for the dangerous area. That ball's fantastic. It's right in between the Onana and the 6-yard box. It's a dangerous ball. I think he can get closer to that and stop the cross, in my opinion.
Right. Okay.
So as that cross comes in, that's potentially Diogo's job done. It's not. He needs to drop back in and concentrate on the threat on the back post.
He does turn and come back in, but
he needs to get quicker. So as the ball comes in there, is it he engages the ball?
Yeah,
Mazraoui engages the ball. Maguire then checks his left shoulder to see where he is. Right? Is that
Yeah.
And then for me, if you're being really critical about him, he could go a yard to his right to block the cross in that dangerous area. He doesn't do it. It's not his man who scores. But then for me, Martinez, if Diogo is tucked back into on the back post where he's just come from, he can step in. Diogo can mark Martinez's man, and the goal doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it
it's
makes
a combination of
sense.
factors, isn't it?
It's not just. It's
not
will get pelters anyway. Because
But
there's a point here.
And he's partly to blame, but there's others involved as well.
No, it's a series of
Because I do feel a little bit for Maguire. Because I do feel a little bit. Because A, he's going to get absolutely hammered, and B, it's not just on him.
No.
And he's in a bit of a quandary. It's like, I've got a man here, and I get he's partially to blame, but collectively United need to be.
If you look at this point here, Mitoma's striking the ball into the middle of the box.
Yeah.
Mazraoui's on Mitoma. Maguire's on number 41 there.
Yeah.
Welbeck is unmarked,
Yeah.
and Martinez is on the guy at the back post.
Yeah.
United need another player.
That's what I was getting at. That's that
United either need Casemiro to drop back in, or Dallo to come back more quickly.
To be that man.
You should always have a
at the back post, because it's like a cliche. Is like if it's on the right hand side, right winger gets into the box.
Yeah.
It's the same with a fullback. The fullback should mark the back post. Does that?
Of course.
Yeah.
And that obviously that's the breakdown.
That was you know how much I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
And I was devastated when he left. That was my one criticism of Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the back post. Was all over the gaff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Far too often. How many times did we see him get caught out of the back post?
A lot.
Just constantly.
But that's just a breakdown of.
So I get it. It's just we know the way, and I'm sure you're going to get into the comments and stuff. And
let's
socials.
it'd be interesting to see what
everyone will point at Maguire, and he's partially to blame. But my question was more about Xerxes getting some instructions. He's obviously coming on now.
Yeah, some people in the comments saying about Mount going off. I don't know if that's been confirmed or if that's just people chatting in there, but I'd be disappointed if it was.
I'd be surprised with that.
I presume that would be fitness or injury rather than tactical.
Yeah.
Surely.
Because I think he's been crucial in how we've been playing, and certainly made less errors than the likes of Ahmad.
I think he's done well. I think from what we've seen, the first 45 minutes, I think a lot of the good stuff that Manchester United have done, Mason Mount has been at the heart of it. So if you're going to take him off, then it's surprising to me. And I think when
Ahmad looks like he's coming back out.
Ahmad looks like he's coming back, so maybe it is Mason Mount then, because Marcus Rashford's coming back on. Ahmad's coming back on. We haven't seen Mount from the footage in the tunnel. Can I just say as well, one thing, I know this sounds stupid, but one thing I'm glad to see, people walking across the Brighton badge on the carpet. Because can we throw that in the fucking bin? Like walking round badges on the ground or the emblem. Like if you were to walk around that Brighton badge, now all those players, they'd all be squashed against the wall.
It's on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
It's literally on the floor for you to walk on. If someone had a Brighton ashtray, would you not put your cig out in it because it's fucking disrespectful? They've made it on the floor.
Yeah, and it's
That's
massive.
where it is.
It's not like it's tiny. It's like this whole new thing
No.
of let's not disrespect the badge. You're not walking up to it and pissing on it.
No, it's not like a grave.
Stupidness.
It's a fucking carpet with the Brighton badge on it. There's about 6,000 Brighton badges on that stadium, the way they've made it. You're going to look like the Real Madrid badge, the City badge, the Brighton badge. It's on the floor.
Yeah, it's
walk on
by
it.
the way.
Mount, yeah.
Yeah, Mount's gone off. I don't quite understand why, to be
I
honest.
thought Mount did all right. I
did.
I hope if it is tactical, it's just purely tactical. Eric Ten Hag has a word with him and says, look, you've done well.
I thought he played well. I
Don't-
thought it was
don't-
good.
Yeah,
don't
I'm a
look
bit
too much into
confused
this.
by that, if I'm being honest.
Discombobulate with a super chat. People saying Mainu has been poor are clueless. Mainu hasn't been poor. He's been crowded out. Brighton have obviously targeted him as a threat. I think he's been very good off the ball, Mainu. I think winning the ball back and stuff, he's been excellent.
I won't have any
Joshua
Mainu
Zirkzee.
criticism or slander on this channel. I don't care. I don't give a shit. He hasn't been poor. He's been mint.
I agree. This is my Roderick says, chat is so toxic, saying Rashford and Ahmad are poor. Some United fans should invest in a guide dog. United played well. If Rashford scored, wouldn't be saying he was poor. Maguire mistake made it 1-0. Yeah, I don't think that was a poor first half. I think a lot of people, and I can understand why, look at the scoreline and create their opinion on that and that alone. Sort of reverse engineer how we played based on the scoreline. Because United were the better side that half, unquestionably. Right, we're kicking off second half, then Mount off, Xerxes on, see if that gives us a bit more of a focal point.
Right? You said, Jesus Christ, Brighton here, looking to score.
I love how we just look shit at the start of every second half.
You said it
Switch
right,
right off.
earlier in the second half, in the first half. So you said you don't change. You need to sort of stand fast now. If you're playing well and you're creating chances, you don't necessarily have to change anything.
Yeah.
Now we have changed something. He's gone right. Sack it. I'm going to change something, which is a little bit surprising me because I agreed with what you said. I thought we were playing well. We were creating chances, and I would have, wouldn't have been against him keeping it the same. And the one player that did look proper off it was Diallo, but he's taken off Mason Mount, who I thought had a decent half and was doing the things that you'd expect him to do and was being asked to do.
My thinking on that is the difference between Mount and Xerxes. Obviously, they're very different players, but there's a similarity there in that they'll press well, they want the ball to feet, and they're decent on the ball. You switch Ahmad for Garnacho and you've got a completely different right-hand side.
Yeah.
Like Garnacho is ball at the feet, run at the man, take a shot.
Yeah.
Ahmad is quick, tight, short passing, pass first kind of player. I think in terms of building out from the back, the ball sticks to Ahmad a lot better than it does Garnacho, and maybe he thought Mount for Xerxes are more kind of...
He's just told Garnacho to go warm up. Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, yeah, so maybe he's doing it anyway, but I think maybe that's why he didn't do it straight away. But, I mean, if he's warming up now...
Bit bizarre, innit?
It is
46
pretty much
minutes,
straight
but
away,
he
innit?
definitely turned to him and told him to go and warm up.
Yeah,
He
he
just
did.
stood up and started doing it.
But
I think that's good from Ten Hag though, because that's one of my criticism of him is like his subs. He's very reactive in his subs rather than like being proactive. Like there now he's brought Xerxes on 45 minutes. He's told him to warm up. At least he's
a poor ball,
thinking about what he's trying to do rather than reacting off it.
Yeah, De Ligt and Garnacho both warming up on the sideline there. When you bring your centre-backs on every week, that's typically because you want them to be your first choice centre-back in it, because no one's making centre-back subs every
mad,
game otherwise. It's clearly with a view to
Build
get
his
De Ligt up
fitness
to match
up.
fitness in it, yeah. Because how often do centre-backs get subbed off all the time?
No.
Yeah, it's a shame that the goal. I think it's just that cross was brilliant, first of all, and then
Well done,
a mistake from Maguire letting it cross him. Probably should have covered his right shoulder a little bit better.
That's great.
And then
play.
Martinez not picking up the man in the middle.
Yeah,
And between
I
those three mistakes, it's a goal, and that's it at this level. When you have a sensational cross like that one Pedro put in.
No, you're right.
You're going to concede.
It was good listening to you two break it down as well.
That's what we're here for,
No,
innit?
it is because I you can look at it and you just sort of, it's easy to just go, that's one thing, that's one player that's done that, that's why they scored, and it's not. It's much more nuanced than that. There's more to it, and the way you broke it into those phases, it was good to listen to, because it sort of opened my eyes up a little bit.
And in the moments like that where a ball like that comes in,
Well, that's a foul.
That's a brilliant cross. Everyone's facing their own goal. Everyone's panicking, and you've got 1 or 2 seconds to make your decision. Am I going near post? Am I staying with my man? Am I going to try and block the cross? Am I blocking the cutback, which we keep conceding last season, and everyone used to get on me about that? Am I going to shout my man to come behind me? Am I going to tell, like, all of these things? Everyone is making panicky split decisions because of how good that initial cross was. All of a sudden, your defence is in the worst possible moment. Yeah, asked a lot of questions. Ahmad on the ball here. See, that's what he does well that sort of Garnacho isn't quite so good at. Winning the ball, receiving the ball, keeping it, and keeping possession.
Ronnie always says, like, technically Ahmad's one of our best players, and I get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
He is.
That's a good ball.
Well done. Good play.
Go on, Harry. Go on a run, son.
Should have done first time there.
Just annoying. Still, a lot of the game left there now.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of
Especially if he's
time.
gonna
There'll be
bring
plenty
on
of chances in this,
Garnacho.
I think, as well.
I always think as well, for a fullback, Garnacho coming on must be a fucking nightmare. You think, you know, him running at you, coming on as a sub, full of beans, running at you is going to be horrible.
Yeah. Bit of space in the middle there for Brighton.
Just got to be careful here now.
Yeah,
United, obviously.
Don't want to start getting desperate and the game getting stretched.
Big tackle there, big block from Diogo Dalot. Well done, lad.
He loves it. High five coming. Here we go. There we go. Loves an high five, the boy. Look at that. There. 3-4.
It's done well, Dalot.
Yeah.
He's sort of silenced a lot of the doubters and the critics, and he's answered that
Definitely.
question because there was a lot of like, is it going to be him or Wan-Bissaka? What's going on? Is he good enough? Is he like? There was a big sort of narrative building that he probably wasn't at the levels we hoped, and he's cracked on.
Yeah.
And you know, now I think last season he's one of our better players.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, agreed. Low move did in the
Corner to
world of
Brian.
good. Get there.
Minter's full of energy, isn't he?
Oh,
from Diallo after
bloody
he said
hell,
that.
lad!
I know, yeah, we just
Commentator's
praised him
curse.
there. Well done,
Xerxes.
Xerxes, well done.
Giving it away. Xerxes won it twice and gave it
Tackle.
away
That
twice.
was a
there.
tackle there from
It was.
Mazraoui. He got lucky there, O'Brien.
Yeah. Be interesting to see a bit more of Xerxes, won't it? Because was it 25 minutes he got before? 20, 30 minutes.
was so-
full half.
So glad he got his goal, you know.
Yeah.
Because remember like with Ireland in the Premier League
so
last
lucky
season.
Yeah,
that
no,
pass. That's
yeah.
He scuffed it
Jesus
Took him
there.
a bit,
Christ,
didn't
now
it?
they're away.
Trouble. Engage with the ball. Great.
No.
Yeah, you've done well.
Brilliant. Jesus,
done
bless.
well.
Anyone but him scoring as well.
You've done well.
Hold on.
Wake up, man.
See, that's what I'm saying about the 8 position when you talk about him and his athleticism. Just pass the ball. Just get it. Give it. Well done, Maguire. No, I don't know about that, though.
I don't know why Casemiro's shouting at someone else. Maybe he didn't get a shout or whatever, but
Can't be travelling with it there, though, Jay. He's just got to pass the ball. He's just got to...
shouting at someone, but he's got to be more aware.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. Luckily, the
Talk
shots.
about Diogo Dalot.
Weak.
Yeah, good
In the
positioning.
right spot there.
Yeah.
Does well because it's a big clearance. God, him scoring would have been fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Lucky Diallo didn't kick it against the man as well.
Yeah, well back with there. When he's tight to him, wasn't he?
We've lost,
We seem to be a bit rattled.
Yeah, we've
We
lost.
always do this though, don't we? Start a second half.
We've started the second half badly.
We did it against Fulham. We did it loads last season, but we come out at half time and look like all the players have been put into a coma for the 15 minutes and sort of finding their way out of it. We look slow and ponderous
you're
and like
right.
we don't know what we're doing.
I don't want
It's
to.
annoying.
I don't want to say it's because Mount's come off as well, but again, the style is going to change when he comes
Yeah,
off. The
it
high.
is.
We're not pressing anywhere as near as much energy and stuff. I know Bruno's tried to do it a few
It's not as
times,
complete,
but
is it?
no, it's not. Don't feel like there's no togetherness either
Yeah.
with the press. I mean,
This
not
is-
as in as a
Right,
unit.
let's keep hold of it for a bit.
Yeah, this is where Paul Scholes is right. We need to be able to take the sting out of the game a little bit here.
Yeah, it's just like
Who's
this
his-
franticness. I know we're chasing the game, but there's a lot of time left,
Yeah.
and also
But you can chase the game without looking like you're desperate.
Yeah, like it's the last minute and you're desperate.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a bit better from United. Just play the safe pass.
That's it. Just saying there, the commentator, that Rashford's down the middle and Xerxes out on the left.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just a sort of for now situation rather than... Well, that's
Hey,
good.
up, you could be in here, Xerxes.
Go on then.
Good.
What have you got? Yes,
Bruno.
Left leg.
Oh, shit, first touch.
Tried to go right leg,
Bruno.
didn't he?
I thought he was going to hit that first time.
Yeah, I did. Did well, Xerxes there. Bruno found a good pass to him. And
That's
the ball
a nice
back's
little
good.
pass, that.
It's just the first touch.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
it's off his knee.
Yeah,
Oh,
the first
bloody
touch
hell.
bobbles, doesn't it? But well done there, United win it back. Bruno pressing high again. Pressure on the keeper. Long ball, and we win it back high. That's really good from United. Oh, I lost it again, though.
Go on.
Go on, push him.
Oh.
Just forcing Brighton into some emergency stuff there, weren't we? But
Yeah.
unfortunately for United, they
Come on, man.
got
Get
the
it up,
luck of the
keep
draw.
going.
The coin toss went their way. It's a good ball.
Fucking hell.
Back post. You have to be
Win
careful
win
of that.
Win that.
Well done. Done well there.
Could have maybe found Bruno
He's kept
there.
it in.
Watch the pass back here. There's a cross on. Gilmore.
Don't dive in.
Minter again there.
Trouble.
Free header for Welbeck, but he's going
Not
backwards.
even any pressure on him. It's a good job he headed that straight at Onana.
Yeah.
Let's have a look
So
at
he's
this.
taking a couple of steps back to get it, which takes a lot of the sting out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
But it's a free header. Well done now. That's good.
Ball.
No.
No.
No, no,
Come
no,
on,
no.
Bruno.
Got to be
Not
better
been
than
there for
that.
Bruno today, has it? That pass.
No.
That final pass that he's usually so good at. There's a 2 or 3 where it's not been right. Plenty of time left yet, though. But it does. This is what United tend to do, though. When we start panicking, we have this thing where every time we get the ball, we try and score.
Yeah.
Like straight
That's
away.
what Scott-
Like
again,
Scholes
that's
is
what
talking
Scholes was
about.
saying,
He's
wasn't he?
offside, but you might not be. Oh, he is. He's fucking miles off. Just fucking miles
Well, he's
offside
kept
all
it.
the time.
Jesus Christ, man.
And why is it-
Everyone's
oh,
miles
fucking
offside.
hell. It's poor that.
It's like a boxer who they take a bit of a stinger to the nose and all of a sudden they're just swinging for the head.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we need to sort of find our jab a little bit, get into it. Whereas we've taken a shot and now
he's
it's
well
like
offside.
I need to knock him out. We need to get a goal back. We need to panic. Like we just need to calm down a bit. Do what we were doing in the first half. Do the right things. Organise. Win the ball back and go from there. Instead of sort of forcing it a little bit and getting stretched, and we're going to see Brighton expose that if we're not careful. But we can't get stretched out like last season. That'll kill us if we do. Diallo and Garnacho still warming up.
It is a bit crazy, isn't it, subbing your centre backs though? Like,
It's because
like-
he wants Diallo
He
to be
just
first
wants
choice,
to,
isn't he?
yeah,
it's-
minutes. Especially when you're 1-0 down, it's not the substitution you should really
it's a
make,
bit,
is it?
yeah.
It's a good ball, bloody
Like, I get the reasoning behind it, but it's not something you see very often, is it? Let's have it right.
no.
I often just see centre backs getting
Yeah.
subbed, unless
It's
they're
not-
having an absolute stinker.
Yeah, it's not to win the game. It's he's thinking of the season, isn't
Yeah,
it? He's
he's probably
thinking like
thinking
long
ahead
term,
to
like
Liverpool game as well.
yeah. Build his
But-
minutes up.
If it's Maguire coming off, he's going to be fucking devilled, isn't
Yeah. Is that 2 games in a row as well?
he? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fucking lucky again there, Brian.
Mate.
You need to take.
What?
You need to take him off now. I think.
Ahmad.
Yeah, I think so.
I
I
think
think
he's
it's
I
Yeah,
think
time
that's
now.
harsh, that, you know.
I don't see why there's a foul there. Both of them
What
just ran for it.
taking him off or the free kick?
No, the free
Oh.
kick here. I'm watching it here.
Where's the
right,
foul?
that he's got.
Oh, he
he's
pulled
got.
his
Over,
shirt.
but
Yeah,
he
he's
had
pulled
him at first. He just let go quicker.
Yeah. Free kick to Brighton. Edge of the
Milner
box.
using his experience there.
Precisely placing the ball here, look. Bloody hell, get it right. Mintu's. He's very sort of like sprightly, isn't he? He's got a lot of energy and quick turns, and Diallo's done well with him so far on that side. But you can see he's a good player. Played well in the first game as well, from what I saw against Everton. Minter takes it, chip to the back post.
Oh,
Hit the bar. They've hit the bar. Was that Welbeck?
Yeah, it was. Welbeck.
Trouble.
Jesus
Off the
Christ!
lads, come on.
Again,
We're under the cosh.
not
big
enough pressure
time
on
here
him.
now.
No. Should have scored there, Danny Welbeck.
It's one-way traffic.
He was
at the
pointing
minute.
to himself as well. Look, the nearest man to him is his own player.
Look how close they are to Onana as well.
Yeah.
Why have they not pushed up there, the United's?
Maybe the position of the free kick is
Possibly, yeah, but it's just...
Poor that. Got away with one there, United.
So close to him though, weren't they there?
Yeah.
Like, if you just push up, like squeeze up.
That's 2 free headers he's had in the last 10 minutes. Last
Second half,
5 minutes,
poor.
I should say. United have just lost our way since Mount's
Yeah,
gone
definitely.
To be honest with you.
Since half
I'm
time, I
a big
think
at
it's
Xerxes, but
one-way traffic now at the
it's
minute.
just, I don't know, we've gone from being the better side to being the worst.
Trouble.
They're in here
hell.
now. No,
Well
Onana's
done,
on it,
Onana.
thank you.
Fucking hell. That flick from Diallo was crucial there, wasn't it?
That's a dodgy one. Jesus,
Manu,
he's done
innit?
well,
So he's
Manu.
done alright.
Yeah, he has
See,
done
stuff
well.
like people say Manu's had a bad game.
No, he's not.
Most players can't do what he's just done there, let alone all the other stuff he's
Nice.
done.
That's a great
No,
goal, by the
very
way.
good.
Alright, go on,
Good
Mazraoui.
touch.
Go on, Diallo.
No
It's alright,
urgency,
it's
is there?
alright. Keep the
Yeah,
ball.
you're right.
That's what we wanted, a
Touch.
bit more of that.
Well done. Keep it ticking now. Oh, he made that run early then as well,
Yeah, he
Xerxes.
did.
Nice,
Well done.
good play.
In behind
Very
it.
good.
Ahmad,
Getting
well
himself
done.
in the box. Shoot.
Go on, shoot, lad.
Yes! Yes! Brilliant.
the goal.
I'm happy for
Deflected
him.
in.
I know.
What
I
do we
know.
That's why you don't take
I
him
know.
off.
Do we know?
I know, I know.
brilliant.
I'm buzzing.
That's why he's in the team.
No, I'm buzzing for him.
Hey,
Fair
well
play.
done, son. After everything he's been through
Yeah.
as well. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, really good.
I do think he struggled, but fair
Yeah,
play
no,
to him.
But
Very
fair,
good that.
Fair enough there.
Very good.
He's not offside, is he?
I'm
There's no
buzzing
way he
for
could
him.
be offside
I
there.
don't think so.
Is it
Great goal that. Great pass as well.
Mazraoui with the
This one
assist.
here, little.
Well-
I don't
Oh,
know
no.
if he's well on. Oh, fuck off.
Oh, I hope not.
It's close, that.
That's brilliant.
Please don't be
Cutting
offside
inside.
again. Everyone's been offside.
That little drop of the shoulder.
Please
Bam.
don't be offside.
Ah, please be onside. He deserves a
Yeah.
goal there, what he's been through. I do feel like he's been poor, but fair play to him.
Not
Oh,
checked it
don't.
yet. Still looking. Fucking hell. I fucking hate
Ah, I
everything.
hate all this, man.
I hate VAR. I hate football. I hate scoring. Shit. Fucking shit.
He's on. Yes. Get in there.
Chris Kavanagh.
Love it, Cav.
Always rated that lad.
Love it, Cav.
Brilliant. Well done. Miles on,
Get
says
in
SG.
there. Well done, mate.
Ahmad
Very
is
good.
really good at those type of runs. He did a lot of them in pre-season as well, cutting inside. He's got that tight, quick touching. In that position, he's brilliant. You just haven't seen it yet. What?
In my group chat, everyone was saying get Ahmad off, and I'm in a lot of group
Yeah.
chats. Everyone was saying the same thing, and now someone's just replied saying disagree. Think he's got a deflected goal in him.
Well done.
It's
United needed
like
that.
you can't be a hypocrite and say like whatever, but he hasn't had the best of games.
No.
But fair play in that moment, little drop of the shoulder.
I'm not seeing
Nah,
it like
yeah,
it's mad
fair
because
play.
everyone was saying the same thing in my chats.
Yeah.
And that when I just looked at them, but kept going, does well.
Yeah, no, fair
gets
play.
his goal.
Fair play.
to the kid.
Still think he needs to come off
Foul.
though for the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Like you know what I mean? I know
agree
he
with you.
scored and like I don't know. Fair play to him.
But
though.
how does it change the dynamic now? It's back to a drawing game again, where Brighton kind of have to push a bit. Is Garnacho almost
Yeah.
perfect now?
Well,
if they
and
come
That's the
forward a bit
difference
more.
And
with him and
also-
Anthony as well, you know.
Yeah.
He's on target there. That's going. That's on
End
target.
product, yeah.
Like the end product. Anthony, so many times he gets in them positions, just balloons it over.
I think
Yeah.
it now also as well for Ten Hag as well. It justifies the Delit substitution a little bit
Yeah.
in terms of like right, we can bring a centre half on
brilliant.
now. You know, oi,
Go again.
Get out of the
Go
way.
again.
Go on then.
Oh,
Ah.
was heavy there. That
Take him off.
Was heavy. Yeah.
Take him off.
Rubbish. Get Anthony
He's
off.
done nothing today.
But like the Delit
Yeah.
one now would be like right, we're bringing him on, steady it a little bit. You know, we could use his strength stepping in and
Stay with him, Martinez. Stay with him. It's not a foul.
no.
They're just a big part of their game is buying fouls, isn't it, Brighton?
Yeah.
Yeah, Garnacho
Garnacho.
coming on. I reckon it will be for Ahmad. I mean, it could be Rashford, to be fair, because he's not really done anything second half, has he? And
No.
Ahmad has. But I think
Love
if they're the coaches, they have to do more than just he scored, so we can't take
No,
him
you
off.
can't. Nah.
Their job is to look for the game
Yeah.
as a whole. So if they want to take him off, I trust that. Especially after the Xerxes sub won it last week.
It's gone back to Xerxes down the middle, Marcus on the
Yeah.
left, on it. Ahmad obviously on the right.
Do you want to see a little bit more from Rashford though? I know the game's
Yeah,
been
me
in
too.
the second half.
I
Like,
agree. I 100% agree.
Rashford's coming off.
The commentator said that he thinks Rashford's coming off.
Kind of makes sense. He's not really.
He's
done
not
a
done
lot,
it,
has he?
yeah, he's not
certainly
really
done
done-
anything in the second half.
Miguel Gallegos says both goals against the run of play up the RH.
What the RH?
Up the RH.
I love that.
True.
Get
Yeah,
around
we
him.
scored when we.
Oh wow. Oh, I needed a bit more on that.
More
Yeah.
pace, and that would have been in there, Marcus. That's
Go on,
it.
get
Keep going,
some
sunshine.
Well done. Good lad.
Yeah. Kept on it well.
I think
it's
that might
Rashford.
be Marcus's last contribution.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rashford
Marcus
off
going
scorer.
off. Not been his day, has it? Really? Let's be honest.
Felt like he
No.
didn't make a lot of mistakes, but he's just not hugely involved, was he?
And I rate Marcus. I want to see more from him than that.
Yeah,
than
me
what
too.
we've seen. Do you know what I mean? I think he should do better. Should do
Yeah,
a
no,
bit more.
definitely. But
And I know there's times when he, like the first time, he should have been played in or whatever. But
yeah. I think he's just a little bit
more,
quiet.
yeah.
Bit quiet. Is he at the United end there? Has he uploaded the fan? Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. Don't like that. You know when players come off and like they're a little bit like down. You know what I mean? I know they're disappointed to come off, but like
Yeah.
you're near the fans there. They've travelled a long way. You know what I mean?
The longest
yeah.
way.
My mates
to
always
quote-
lose their minds over that, but I've never been asked.
No, it really.
You know what? I remember we was in Athens
Yeah.
for the Olympiacos game, and none of them. I think it was Ashley Young was the only one bizarrely who applauded us.
What was the score?
We lost 2-0
Yeah.
under David Moyes, and everyone was going berserk.
No,
And
you've
I
got
just
to.
went,
You've got to show your
I
appreciation.
know, I get it.
It's like what you said before. You're nothing without the
Yeah,
subscribers and
that's
the
it.
viewers. Like same with football players, coaches, and
You've played it, obviously.
Yeah,
in
you've got
the
a
football league.
100%.
You've been a professional footballer. You know
Yeah.
more about the etiquette
appreciation
for that
and-
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did you used to do it at Accrington when you say
Oh
you'd
mate,
have a
all
Did,
the time.
did other
tough
did,
game away at Macclesfield, you've lost, you go and applaud the
100%,
fans for
you've
their
got to.
support. Yeah.
Did
got
the
to.
managers and the
Good lad.
senior players in the squad sort of instill that
No,
sort
it was
of thing?
it was a requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like especially at smaller clubs as well. Like you know, they haven't got the finances and that the big clubs have. So them fans are paying your wages at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Like got to
And
show
also,
appreciation.
you know, and obviously no offence to any small clubs, and I'm glad that they get the support they do.
Yeah.
But for a lot of smaller clubs, there's a bigger team not far around the corner that they could be
100%,
supporting instead.
yeah.
Like you need to, those fans
Yeah.
are sort of
Hit one.
crucial.
Oh wow. Oh.
Casemiro with one from 20 yards,
yeah.
well over.
Like obviously, if you talk about my point of view, like with the Accrington stuff, you have Burnley, you have Blackburn.
Yeah.
Like I know they're not monster clubs, but like Blackburn was Premier League club at the time.
Yeah.
Like Burnley was Champ or Prem.
Yeah. If you're going away with
Yeah.
Accrington Stanley, you're fucking a big fan, aren't you? Like,
Yeah.
as all fans are, obviously. But you know what I mean?
It's the most violent derby, you know, Burnley, Blackburn,
Yeah.
in the country.
Can
You know,
imagine.
arrests per
Yeah.
100 people, whatever.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if you ever go to Burnley or Blackburn when they play each other, it's like martial law is implemented into either. Honestly, I used to cover it. It's crazy.
What's the name of the derby? Is there a name?
East
for it?
Lancashire derby.
East
Is it?
Lancashire.
I thought
Yeah.
they might have like a sort of jokey nickname.
But what's
derby.
funny is you'll interview the Burnley fans and they'll say, you know, like Blackburn fans, they're just dingles, they're just thick as
Yeah.
pig shit. And then you'll interview the Blackburn fans and I'll just say the same. It's just
Yeah,
like,
Dingles.
yeah, it used to be crazy, man.
That's every football
Well
set
done.
of football fan says that, don't they?
Yeah.
And the other one that every set of football fan says is they're obsessed with us.
Yeah, yeah.
They
yeah,
care
yeah,
more
yeah.
about us than they do
Yeah,
about their
yeah.
own team.
Yeah.
Wednesday
That's
fans
a
say
good-
about
yeah.
United fans say about City, Liverpool say
Yeah.
about Everton. Like, they care more whether we lose than whether they win. They're obsessed. We don't
Nah,
even care about
definitely.
them. Everyone says that,
I
don't
know,
they?
man.
That's just part of it. That's part of the joy in it. It's nice to be drawing, isn't it?
Still a
Come on,
few more
Manchester
chances
United.
here, I think. Still a few more in this. Hopefully it's for us.
Tina Tellefson Tatoka says
Thanks for all your
Xerxes
support.
to score. Aping Owen says Xerxes hungry. That sounds like he's sort of speaking to his chef, doesn't it, after a big game? Rashi needs to do more to his game to create space. Needs to add more to his game to create space, says John Dev. Yeah, it wasn't his game today, was it,
No.
Marcus? But again, that's sort
He's
of...
saving it for the Scousers, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. we almost got what we wanted out of Rashford though, which was win the ball back, counter attack. And if Ahmad plays that ball through, then obviously Rashford still has to put the ball away. But there's a decent chance for Rashford on his plate, but the ball wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I don't think Rashford was ever going to be the
Come on,
main
get
man
yourself
in
in the
build-up.
box.
Garnacho pulls it back. Ahmad wins it.
Keep it then.
This is better.
Well done.
I love Martinez, mate.
Yeah, it's brilliant, Martinez. Good. It's unlucky that.
wasn't
Foul him
Mainoo.
there, got to foul him.
It's unlucky that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just didn't want them
He
counter
needed to be. I don't think they were quite on the same page there, Mainoo and Casemiro.
United, since we scored that goal, just slowed the pace down a little bit.
Like you were saying, that's what we needed to do, didn't we? Just keep hold of it for a bit. Don't be so frantic. There's still 25 minutes left of this game.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, way up.
It's a cheeky
Oh,
one.
wow.
That. Oh,
Unlucky.
he's lucky there. Was that Diallo?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well done. Good press.
Yeah.
Right, be careful. Oh, he needs to drop back in.
Shitting out.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, lads, back post. Number
Right
9.
here.
Number
Good
9.
block, Harry.
Well done.
Now I can move the other end now. Go on. What we got? Yeah, well done.
Oi, square ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
Well done. He's done well.
Chance here.
Bloody hell.
Go on
Chance
then.
here.
Off you go.
There
Go
It
on.
was 3-on-3 here for United.
Off we go.
4-on-3.
Bruno's going.
Overlap,
Bruno's going.
overlap,
this.
overlap,
Bruno,
overlap.
Bruno.
Go on then.
Bruno.
Square it. Yes! Yes! Get in there!
Garnacho with the goal. Bruno with the
That's a great goal. It's a great goal.
He's onside. Let's not do this again. He'll know if he's offside because he's at the back post. I can't tell whether he thinks he's offside or not.
That's a great ball.
It's another one where fucking every Brighton player is going up to the ref because they think something's happened. Is he offside?
Oh, please don't say he's offside.
Garnacho looks like he thinks he might be offside to me.
Is it the pass here
No, I think it's
to
the square.
Diallo?
No, he's onside.
definitely
That's
on. It's
onside.
not that. It's the square ball.
This is brilliant timing from Ahmad, by the way. The
Bruno
timing
was
and way to
waiting for
pass.
Bruno's on.
Well,
No, they're on.
two players playing him on
No, he's
side.
on.
Nah, it's a great
It's well
goal.
on. It's well on because Garnacho's behind the ball, so it
And
doesn't matter.
they're arguing that
Xerxes touched it,
got
maybe.
touch and he's scored off Xerxes. They're arguing that
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Oh,
they're
no. Oh, no.
it's offside, isn't it?
Well, it depends. We don't know whether does the ball go square.
It might be offside. If he's
No,
touched it.
Xerxes touched it.
Xerxes definitely touched it, but we don't know if Xerxes is offside. We need to work out now if Xerxes is offside.
When the ball's been.
Yeah, he is offside.
He's offside.
Xerxes cost us that goal.
Yeah.
He should have just left it.
I don't know if he could. I don't think he's going for it, is he? He just hits him.
Oh, lads.
I don't think Xerxes is trying to play the ball. Xerxes' foot plants in the ground as Garnacho's hitting it, which is what lifts his knee up here, and it just hits him.
Oh, lads. Disallowed, innit?
That's fucking bollocks. That's fucking bollocks. That is not what offside is for, is it?
That's a joke, that.
There's no fucking Brighton players anywhere near
Nah,
it. The
that's-
ball's going
that's-
in
yeah.
either way. That's fucking bollocks.
He's unlucky. He is unlucky.
He is. I don't think he's trying to go for it. Look, his foot's planted in the ground and it just hit. He couldn't get his leg out of the way
Yeah,
if he
he
tried
can't.
there by that point.
I thought he was trying to score.
I don't know if he was. I
thought
don't think
that's what
he
he was
is.
trying to do, get someone on it to score.
Lads.
That's absolutely.
You know, that was
ridiculous.
brilliant move, that as well. The
know.
timing from the pass and everything.
Fuck off,
like,
James Milner, you dickhead.
That would have been.
Shit, that. It's
Yeah,
a shame
poor,
that a situation like that, where the goal has to, like, it's the right call, it's offside, but the ball's going in either way. There's no Brighton players anywhere near it. Him being in that position doesn't change whether we score or not, does it? It's literally
Yeah.
in. That's so annoying, that. That's
Come on,
unbelievable.
Come on, keep it going. Be another chance in this.
Might not, though. It's hard to score goals away at Brighton.
No, I know, I
Just-
get it.
I know, I'm
I
not
get
trying
it.
to...
No, I
you're
agree.
saying,
I
but,
agree. Just trying to.
People say, oh, well, we had that goal offside, but
Oi,
we've got to do better
Bruno.
than that. But at the same time, winning 2-1 away at Brighton is very hard. And we should be 2-1 up now. We've cut them open and we've scored a goal. And it's literally our own stupidity and the fact that, unfortunately, even if there's no Brighton player there to block it, is still offside.
Mate.
Oh, it's nice.
That's so annoying.
What are the chat saying?
Still plenty of time. It's going in anyway. It's unlucky. How does that affect play? Well, it affects play because he scored.
Yeah.
You can't say it doesn't affect play. The problem is, it doesn't affect whether the ball goes in or not, but you can't have an offside player scoring a goal, can you?
No.
I get it. It's just frustrating that
There's not anyone with him.
we know that that's a goal either way. It's not like he's got in front of the keeper, is it? No one's about.
he's
No one's
not.
there.
Fuck's sake. So annoying.
Yeah. Mid-Toker Marius, welcome to the Academy. Thank you for joining again. Obviously been around for a long time. Cheers. mate. Brighton counter-attacking now.
Ethan James is in our chat. He says, Jesus Christ, Xerxes, he rose to hit that with his knee. Daft.
Is that Eve? Is he in it? Yeah.
There's your insight there, son.
Loves it.
Oh.
That's absolutely horrific, Matt. What's going on over there?
So, is that your
weird.
phone?
It's like a what's it machine? A Geiger counter going
Yeah.
up over there. Serious levels of
Frustrating.
radiation. Get your thoughts in the comments. Forever United said, why is that even offside if the ball's already going in and it's clearly an accident? I mean, I can see why you can't have offside players scoring goals. It's just a shame that it had to hit him in it.
It's the most
And
unluckiest
how would you
thing ever.
enforce the rules that if it's already going in, it don't count because, it makes it.
The thing is, if the ball's not over the line, though, it's
No, exactly.
classed as an offside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
kind of
poor,
agree.
that.
I kind of agree with what Joe said. A lot of people sort of giving Xerxes. I don't know if he. It's difficult to tell
It's
whether he's
hard to
gone
tell.
for it or he's trying to get out, or he's just sliding and planting his foot. I can't see because some people saying he's gone for it to score as an instinctive striker. That's what you do. Others saying he's just sliding and he's not really.
I think he's sliding in, and you can see his foot plants in the floor, and because of that, his knee comes up, and his foot plants in the floor before Garnacho even makes contact with the ball. So I think that you stab your foot in the floor, the foot stays still, and everything lifts up and goes with it, doesn't it? To me, that's what's happened there. He's in the process of sliding and standing back up, and as he does that, all the weight's on that front leg, so he can't move it out the way by that
it
point.
does seem like he's just sliding anyway.
Yeah.
It's just annoying because the
It's
thing
just
he'd
annoying.
have had to almost just flung himself out of the way.
Well,
which
he'd had to
wouldn't
have-
have done, which wouldn't have been feasible.
He would have had to have
It's just
slid and kept his
massively
feet on
unlucky.
the floor.
It's annoying that as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's definitely offside. It's just
It's an
upsetting.
inch as well. Like if he touches it,
I know.
it goes an inch further, then it's already in.
Yep.
This can fuck off as well.
Free kick to Brighton. Billy Gilmore, 22 yards out, 23 yards out. Right hand side, or United's left hand side of the box. Good striking area this because you've got all that near post to work with. If you can just straight into the wall. Clip to the back post.
Oh,
And
No.
it's-
Never.
No. João Pedro flying over everyone there, but nowhere near it. United counter-attacking. Or trying to. There's a lot of men there. It wasn't really on that, was it? They had a lot of
no.
players back.
Free kick. He'll book him here, won't he? He's booked him, hasn't he?
Delict and McTominay coming on. Who's that going to be for, do we think?
Maguire,
Delict,
probably.
Maguire.
Easiest one, innit? He won't
Cobby.
take Martinez off, will he?
Yeah, I think Cobby makes sense. Get some
What
legs in there.
midfield are you taking off, though?
I think Cobby.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taking Casemiro off.
No.
Not that Cobby's been bad, but it's just...
He does it.
You're not taking Bruno
Yeah.
off, are you? Unless you do Ahmad, but then you've got to switch everything around. I think it's Mainu. What do you think?
I think you're probably right. I wouldn't have done it, but I think you're right.
What would you have done? Just left the midfield?
Yeah, I think there's a chance we can still get a winner with the way as it is.
What they have done in the past, though, is put Bruno on the right-hand side, haven't they?
Yeah.
So Ahmad might come off, Bruno might go on
That's
the
a
right.
shout. Danny Welbeck's going off, which is good news for us.
Yeah, he's been dangerous.
Could have had an hat trick with them headers, couldn't he? Hey.
And CISO, is it? Yeah.
I know it's rubbish that he's done it against us, but fair play to 100 Prem goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Academy graduate. I know he's done it against us, but
Is he?
Bruno coming
Has
off.
any Man United Academy graduate scored more Premier League goals than that?
I didn't see that one coming. Bruno off.
Well, that's a
McTominay.
surprise.
That is a surprise.
I wouldn't have done that, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but I always think Bruno he's always got that ability to create something out of nothing. You could argue that somebody gets goals, whatever, but yeah, it's a surprise.
Hopefully he's not injured.
You know what?
He seemed, I mean, you're right, but he sprinted off, didn't he?
Yeah, he's gone straight to the bench as well, not down the tunnel or anything.
I know what? It's
Big
mad
call
as
out from
well.
the manager.
Massive call as well. He's your captain as well.
No,
Remember?
that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Like,
Oh,
it's always that unwritten rule, isn't
Fuck
it?
off,
Like,
you.
yeah.
it's your captain. You really bringing your captain off.
Oh,
Great
lovely
touch.
turn.
Great turn.
But it's got a lot of men back here, Brian. It's a 2 versus 6. Can you just keep the ball?
Well
That'd
done,
be good.
brilliant.
Well done, Scott McTominay.
Yeah,
Great
good
turn.
start.
Just calm down a bit. No, just come on.
Yeah, Joe.
It's the ball. Like,
Take
there's
throw him
no
in,
one
there's no
there.
one there.
Joe.
Yeah, he
Let's
Calm
quit.
down.
There's only 12 minutes left.
He did the right thing.
Oi.
One of those balls, not quite enough on it there, was the for
Just
Delete.
keep it. Just keep it. That's it. Let's not fuck about.
That's a good ball.
Surely offside.
Oi, the keeper.
Jason Steele there. Is it Jason Steele there, keeper? What was his name?
I think
Luke,
so.
is it? It's not Luke, is it?
Luke Steele, sorry.
Is it?
Jason Steele.
He's the United goalkeeper coach.
That's it. I
10
knew I was
years
getting
ago.
his Steele from somewhere.
Oh, is that Eric Steele?
Eric Steele.
Eric,
I don't know where the
yeah,
fuck I got Jason from.
You might be right, I don't know actually. Well done.
Oi. Hold it.
Touch.
Oh, that's nice.
Lovely.
Oh, go on.
It's very good. Line.
He's offside.
Oh,
He's offside.
Oh,
Well offside.
Come on, stop!
he spotted
Why
that
is everyone
straight away.
offside all the time?
Their line was very good then, by the way.
I know
When he
it's
stepped
always
up.
very good.
You
though.
noticed it straight away then, didn't you?
Brighton play a ludicrously high line. He's just like
Yeah, he just steps, doesn't he?
he's not really thinking about his position, is he? He's not expecting it. But it's not
Come on,
just him then.
lads.
It's
Right, come
everyone.
on. Keep
all
going.
game.
Keep going, man.
Push for that winner, lads. Don't be settled for a draw here.
What does McTominay offer in attack? Says give it to Mikey, playing for the draw. 10 goals last season is what he offers, isn't it?
You
He
get
offers
it.
a goal.
I mean, it's not a change I'd ever make, but I get the idea of somebody can get you goals. Can get you.
He's got a knack of being in the right place at the right time. I am surprised with the Bruno one though, lads.
Yeah, me too.
He would have been one of the last people that I thought he would have brought off. Ahmad maybe move Bruno out to the right.
He's been good again.
Kobe.
Yeah, I thought it might be Kobe because he looked like he was
Yeah.
just tiring a bit to me. Mazraoui's been good again today.
Yeah.
Got an assist, but
Steady.
just his general plays, good stuff.
Well done.
That's nice, isn't it? Class that.
Fucking hell. Onana flying into slide tackles there in
I
his
don't
own
even
box.
think yeah.
We didn't see how that happened at all, did we?
Being checked.
This is all we need. Oh, lads, here we go. This is all we
Fucking
need,
hell,
isn't
who's
it?
that then?
Hold on. Nope,
It's a
no
tackle,
chance.
that.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
all right,
off.
that.
Slides in, blocks the ball out for a corner. Fine.
So annoying, isn't it? I feel deflated after that goal.
Yeah.
Do you know
Disallowed
what?
goals
It's
are
not
a
the wind
killer.
out of ourselves, but
They're
I
a
mean,
killer.
it's just unnecessary and just unlucky.
Yeah. They're horrible disallowed
Definitely.
goals.
Yeah.
Because you've done all the work
Feel
to
for
score,
Garnacho as well, man.
which isn't easy,
He's had no luck this season, has he?
No.
Oh, fucking
and then
hell.
you've
Won
had it
2
ripped
games,
away from you.
Was he just sliding in for sliding in effect, or was he like? Was
I
he
think
a,
he was-
a way of like?
I don't
I
don't know.
think his instinct,
Yeah,
he's
just-
going for it, and then
just
as he's
jump
going, he
there.
can't get out of the way.
Yeah.
I think the reason he's sliding in the first place is because he was trying to get on the end of the cross.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to get on the end of the Bruno cross, and then he's sort of standing up at the end of it.
Has he though, or is he Yeah, again, we'll probably have to see
Yeah,
it.
we need to see it all again. But in my head, he's slid in
For
to
the
try and get a
Bruno
touch on the
one,
Bruno
yeah.
one. And then it's gone all the way to the back post. And
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Garnacho hits it,
Nothing he can do there then, is it?
I don't think so. Fuck. Brian,
It's just the narrative as well, innit? It's that narrative.
What narrative?
Of Xerxes costing you a goal, do you know what I mean? It's already building. He doesn't need that in his life. I'm not saying you're doing it. I'm saying it like all over social media, and everyone's like, "Oh, Xerxes cost a goal." The Premier League.
What we have to remember as well is most people are thick, and they want everyone to. They'll say stupid stuff so people like it. They don't really even believe it, and if they do, like. What is we're trying to ruin his career already after a goal, and he should have got out of the way of the second one. Like, he's sliding in as a sort of lazy slide in to try and get the first cross, and it happens to hit him.
Yeah,
it's unlucky. It's annoying. If he didn't slide in, it wouldn't have happened. But you know, he's fucking 40 minutes into his United career. We don't know anything about him yet, other than he won us the last game.
You saw it last season, though, didn't you, with Ireland?
Yeah, it happens. I'm not saying you're right.
The 007 shite and all that. Even though he scored 5 goals in the Champions League.
You're right. It does happen. It's just shit.
That's what I hate when you have to consider these things. You know, like.
That's
that's why I was buzzing he got that goal at Old Trafford, because it ends that stupid.
Yeah.
Because even, you know, before the game it was like, oh, you waiting, it's going to be another 007 and all that shite, which just can get in the bin. And it took him 20 minutes to get his goal. And now it's like, oh,
be nice for Dillit to bullet one in here now.
I don't even want to turn it over, what's going on there, because it's a plot spoiler. Half the time it's just people moaning. Go on, Ahmad. Right, yeah, Scott McTominay, back post.
It's just a bit of bad luck, that.
Yeah, and I agree.
It
It is bad luck. It's just either way.
Don't need to be any more than that.
Man on. Come on, you.
Hold on. No, that's literally all there is to it. It's a bit of bad luck. He slid in.
The
and
one
the ball
good thing
happened
is
to hit
if
him.
it does stay like that, I think people can appreciate
He's offside again. So
the fact that you have been unlucky there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think anyone's particularly blaming the manager or whatever.
No. No, I agree.
Come on, United.
A draw away at Brighton isn't the worst result in the world, but we can't, you know, losing the game now would feel really crap. We've got to make sure we don't lose.
Oh, come on, man.
You've got to do better there, Scott.
Let's get a win as well if we can.
He's got to do better there. He's diving in.
No,
come on, lads.
Martinez, unnecessary. Well done.
Well done. Manu, brilliant. Go on. Oh, he's not. Is he getting it?
Yeah.
Well done. Go on in. Carry on your run, Scott.
Shit.
Too much on that.
Should have slid McTominay, Scott there. Like the kit me this year.
Yeah, it's growing on me,
like the
actually.
kit, yeah.
Yeah, it's decent.
They're all good, actually. All three of them are quite nice. Well done.
Turn. Nice.
Well done.
Go on,
Go on,
Garnacho.
lads.
He's got a right little engine on him, hasn't he? Go on, lad. Oh, come on, man. There's better options there.
Yeah.
Well, obviously better options than losing the ball, but he needed to get his head up.
Yeah, definitely.
Well done,
Tackle.
Casemiro's laid on a deck chair there.
He's done it again. Oh, trouble.
Oh, shite.
Trouble, lads.
Over it. Oh, get out to him.
Yeah. Keep
Well
it.
done. Good
He
lad.
made a poor decision there, the kid.
He did. He's been like that a bit today, Minto. He's done a lot of... He looks close, but then last thing's not quite been there.
To be fair to McTominay,
He's done well since
he's
come on, you
he's
know.
been driving on. He's been trying
I
to...
think he's done really well.
Yeah. He's been most further forward out of anyone, really. Getting it and driving with it.
Game. Still.
Come on. Back to him. It's annoying this because we've
Anthony down there coming on for United, was that just it?
we've organised a win here. We should have won
No
this
comment.
game.
Prove me wrong.
Do you know what I mean? This is a game that we've won, really.
Free
You know what I
kick.
mean?
We'll have that.
We've got a 2-1 win out of this, and it's just
Call
all
that
fucking
Diallo.
bad luck and silliness that's meant that we've not won it. When really, this is
Good
a 2-1
tackle.
win. That's a
That's
foul.
a free
That's
kick.
a booking actually, because he stopped him on purpose there.
What
are you doing, you little fucking stupid twat?
Exactly.
Jay's going for him there. Don't do that to my mate.
Fouls him and then squares up to him like he's 10 men.
Knee on knee as well. That hurts. That.
And then falls on him.
Not bad.
Who are you?
Van Hack. Can't even call himself Van Hell. Don't dare do
Hey.
it. Why does Matoma look like he's coming on? What was that about? He stood it and they look like checking
his instructions. Like,
checking his studs coming on. You've been on the whole game, mate. That was weird, wasn't it? It looked like he was coming on. Minter come off there. Jorginho coming on. Not that Jorginho. Just trying to. Obviously, they want to win the game, but it feels like they're just trying to waste a couple of minutes here.
Ahmad coming off, is he? As well.
Gilmore,
for us.
Matoma, Minter, Rutter, Adingra.
Adingra. Who's the other kid who
I
came
missed
on
it.
there?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Anthony coming on for Ahmad, is it?
Yeah. Fair.
Come on, Anthony. Prove me wrong.
You can
Come
do
on.
it. You got it in your
Hey,
locker.
all is forgiven. Worth every penny if you get a goal today.
Let's see how he gets on with Mazraoui and, someone around him. We should be hoping for the best, shouldn't we? First
Yeah.
touch.
Here we go.
Gorgeous. What you got? Well
Well
done.
done.
Just passed his
He's
man
done
there.
well there.
He's done really well.
Handball! Handball!
Handball. Referee handball.
You did well
check
there,
that.
Anthony.
Did you check that?
Handball!
You did well there, Anthony.
Yeah, he did.
7 minutes of added time.
Will they check that
Well
or
past his
what?
man. Yeah, they must do. They check everything, don't they? It looked like he blocked it with his hand, but
Casemiro was asking for it.
Ball
I
has to
thought
go
when I
out,
saw
does
it, I thought handball.
Oh,
That's
Casemiro.
piss poor from Casemiro, by the way.
Well,
Why are you
that's
diving
like-
in?
well done.
Stop diving in.
He
Stop.
loves that, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's his thing.
It's his thing, yeah.
Oh,
Scott,
Scott McTominay.
Touch on the
Hey.
turn from McTominay, and then he gives the ball away. But
Yeah.
forget about that.
Hey.
It's the touch on the turn for me.
Like
Forget
a prime,
about that.
Like a prime nanny.
Yeah, galloping like Zidane there for 1.5 strides.
Yeah, for 0.5 seconds. He was
Yeah.
in.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought I was dropping in,
Go on,
Thought he was
Maz.
going to get on it.
No.
Oh.
He just fell over
This is what
there.
they do, innit, Brighton? They
Right,
love
and he's
it.
done that thing again where he's fucking wasting time.
Right, so what happens here, right? Explain to me. So they're checking that, right? Is the check
think
been
they checked it.
complete?
I think it's not happening.
And it's not
It's too
happening.
long.
So they don't stop the play.
No, I think they must have
They
looked
must
at it
have
straight
checked
away
it
and
already.
said, "No, it's
Yeah.
not happening." It's a fucking joke. I didn't see it.
7 minute stoppage
I
time,
didn't
by
see
the
it,
way.
but it was obviously handball and a penalty.
Yeah, easily. Should have just given the goal.
Yeah.
No point messing around with all this penalty stuff.
Yeah, just give United the goal. You would have took it for starters. No fucking Bruno.
Bring him back on.
Yeah.
Roll
Get
on,
me, just get it
roll
everything
on, roll off.
Completely get it wrong.
Come on.
Good head.
Big header.
Go on, get out there.
Xerxes. Go on, son.
No, good block.
Wayne List says, what do you see, Marcus? His average levels are poor.
He needs to step up this season, Marcus Rashford. I like Marcus Rashford, I've said it a million times. I do think he needs to step up this season because I think last season was poor, the season before was mint, the season before that was poor. And then you're looking at it, you're going, if you're Eric Ten Hag, he's had one good season and one disappointing one for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
this one needs to be a
This
good
one needs to be
Yeah, it's a big
better
season for
because
him.
Eric Ten Hag's under a lot of pressure as well. He can't afford any passengers.
Yeah.
So you've got the perfect opportunity next week, Marcus Rashford. The Scousers at home. You love scoring against them. Do something against them,
Oh, lads.
and everyone will love you.
Keep diving in, don't we, on the edge of the box?
Yeah, we do.
Fuck
Close
off.
it down. Oh,
Oh
my.
my God. Was that deflected?
No.
Did they
Fucking
No, that
Oh,
moved a bit, that.
didn't it? It was a bit of a...
It's a really good strike, that.
Yeah.
It had a touch of the nannies to it, like you mentioned him before. The
Everyone
way
wants to be like Nanny. It's his own man.
it don't really move. It looked like something. I don't know, the way it went across the screen there looked like it had a bit of wobble on it, but I don't think it did.
Oh,
That's
it's
why
nice
Cobby
again.
stayed on right there.
Oh, he's unlucky. He's
got
unlucky
McTominay
there.
it.
This guy-
Great touch and then gets dispossessed. Win this. That's a
That's a good
fantastic
ball,
ball
that.
by their goalie. He's got metal, hasn't he? Steel.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Cross. Well done.
Oh, it's great defending.
Oh, was Delict fouled? Hurt Mazraoui there.
That's how hard he is. Fucking takes out everyone, including his own
Knocks
men.
out his own
Have a
teammates.
bit of that. More where that came from.
Hit like on the video. If we get to 1,500 likes before the end of the game, we'll win.
That
10
is a
out. 10 out.
fact.
Promise me that.
That is a fact. The Premier League have promised us that.
3 minutes to go. Corner to Brighton. Bright Town. It looks like Brighton more likely to score, doesn't it? Last few minutes.
It does. United look like... I think it just fucks us that goal is being this.
Away. Oh no.
Space here.
Close the ball down.
18 yards out.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's a good ball.
Stand. Oh no.
Goal.
Goal.
Brighton have
They've
scored.
got the winner.
Wow.
So annoying.
Wow, wow, wow. 2-1 Brighton. Wow.
Horrendous.
Soul destroying that, lads.
Yeah. Is he onside? He isn't he? He's going to be because we're the ones who are
Yeah, I
fucking
don't
offside
think
all the
there's
time, not them. Completely wide open at the back post there, weren't we?
yeah, great ball, great header. to
Great
be
pass.
fair. Yeah.
But no one's anywhere near any of them. Ball comes out. No, we don't win the first one.
It's a bit weak, that, innit?
Yeah.
This is a great ball, by the way.
Where is
Look at it,
everyone?
it's a free man. Look at all that.
Literally three
Wow,
men free at the back
there's one.
post.
There's Van. Who's the one behind him as well?
Don't know. Everyone just
Switched
gets straight
off.
to the ball. We're ball watching. Every single
Yeah.
player's ball watching.
Ah, shocking defending that.
Because we're
Lad.
so desperate to win the ball back to try and counter attack that everyone just runs to the ball. It's like a fucking under sevens game, that,
Yeah.
isn't it? Everyone's
No,
just,
you're right.
everyone's just
Sorry,
running to
yeah,
the ball.
Yeah,
you're
ball
spot
watching,
on.
yeah.
It's fucking dreadful from a United point of view. They're queuing up.
Yeah, they are.
Do you know what I mean?
It's literally
What is going on
amateur.
there? Whose responsibility there, Hopper? Who's...
Well, everyone's gone towards the ball. Like you said, it's like a grassroots game. Everyone's crowded towards the ball. I think we need to do better in the first tackle. I think it's too weak, the first tackle before the cross. But there's 5 or 6 men all crowded around the ball. There's 2 men on the back post. One scores, one's right behind him.
Yeah.
Needs to be better.
Yeah, it does.
What's he doing there? Fucking move.
Fake.
Pedro's player of the match.
Is he?
Really? Okay.
I'm surprised, but I think it's
That's the who got the goal. Let's
Yeah.
give it him.
I think
School
there's
of
been a
fucking
number of players better than
commentating.
him. I think Billy Gilmore's been far better than him.
He had a good game, Gilmore.
Anyway, don't know who gives a fuck.
I know, yeah. I agree.
I mean, like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not arguing
you're
over
right,
which Brighton
that's
player gets
like
man of the
Anthony,
match.
why you do it? Like Anthony there, like, what's the point in that? You see that then?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Gutting this, because this is a 2-1 win. We've won the game 2-1, or at least we've scored 2 goals after 75 minutes, and it's fucking we've lost. Reminds me of the Arsenal game last season.
We said that though. As soon as that disallowed goal, it just knocked the wind out of us.
Yeah, it
it was
did.
just like
Because it
we were
wasn't one of them where
sulking
it
and
was
everyone
like
was like
no.
deflated. You know what I mean?
It's gutting when you have a goal that's disallowed for something that didn't give you any advantage whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's offside there, Xerxes, he is, but there's no advantage. That ball is going in anyway. That's why it's so gutting. No one made a
Yeah.
mistake, or obviously Xerxes shouldn't have been there, but it wasn't like
No, he's not going to get there, is he? Give him a chance, man.
Nah, it's the end of
Jesus
that.
wept. Can we get a screenshot of that Xerxes moment, please? The goal, the disallowed goal.
Fucking hell.
Absolute
Imagine your fucking...
Muppet with the shittest hairdo ever.
I was looking at the seagull mask more
Well,
than that.
I was looking at the person holding it.
There you go.
Nah.
Full time.
Lost.
2-1.
Fucking shite.
Jay, quick thoughts.
Do you know what, right? I'm not one for just blindly defending everything, but I feel like we've been outdone by there. I feel like first half we were the better half and we went 1-0 down and we came in at half time 1-0 down. Second half, that goal did us, the disallowed goal there, was unlucky, just bad luck. Maybe, I don't know. Only Xerxes will know whether he was trying to score or he was just already sliding in and couldn't get out of the way. I don't know what quite went on there, but either way, it's just very, very unlucky. But you can't sort of dismiss poor defending. And that second goal, you said it, is like under sevens. And I disagree a bit. I think even Milan's team or their under nines know better than that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? Why is the two players just stood there on their own?
Three of them,
queuing up to score the winner for Brighton against United. It's just not good enough. Everyone's ball watching, everyone's got the ball. And we spoke about Scholesy earlier on the overlap, saying that there's this rush and this urgency about United that sometimes is counterproductive. And I get it when you're trying to get a winner, but we see a little bit of that today, where you just feel like, just chill out a little bit. You've got the quality there in the team. You've got a better 11 than they have. Show that. Just, you don't need to act so frantically all the time. And I think that sometimes has been our undoing. So it is frustrating, a little bit annoyed. If I'm going to point fingers, I just think defensively, we've had two lapses there that haven't been good enough.
Yeah,
that's what's cost us.
Yeah, blind defending. I think timid defending for the first goal to not try and block the cross, and completely blind defending for the second goal. Like you said, children playing, drawn to the ball, the ball's going that way, let's all run to it, and there's three men behind him at the back post. We're back shortly.
Just before we go, put a link to the subs in the sub link in the chat. There's almost 5,000 people watching. If you're not doing already, do subscribe to the channel. We're going to put a link in the chat as well. So hit that subscribe button. Just before we go, Oppa, just your thoughts on that. Sum up your, because we're going to be back for a live review with Joe. Just before we go, Oppa, say your thoughts.
Just a contrast between the first half and the second half for me. I thought we had a good first half. I think the second half was completely different. I think we come out second half lacklustre, not on our front foot. And we've talked about the goal, getting the goal. You know, it just knocked the wind out of our sails, if I'm being honest. You go 2-1 up there and we walk 10-15 minutes to go, you try and see the game out. But performance-wise, I think it was totally different from first half to second half, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What did you think of Ten Hag today? Do you put any blame on him with his tactics, with what he did? Because I know there will be people that are looking at it going, there's people who, you mentioned it, you was on TalkSport the other day and you mentioned it back, there's people that are waiting for Ten Hag.
Well, the chat at the minute is completely that.
There's people that are just genuinely waiting for Eric Ten Hag to fail, to mess up. I
think taking Mount off.
Put any blame on him? Because
I think I was surprised, and I know you guys were surprised as well with the Mount thing, because Mount's energy and Mount's pressing, I thought Mount had a good first half, you know, off the ball, on the ball. I thought technically was good. And I think when you take him off and you put Xerxes on, it just changes the system, it changes everything, the style and the imprint on the game, and it did. And I think we did get affected by that. But yeah, for the goals, lads, it's got to be better. You're defending, and you know these lads are professional players. You got to have the sense of danger and the awareness to block danger, and that's the jobs at the end of the day. Them defenders, and it's just basic stuff like the goal, 2 or 3 players waiting on the back post. Maguire, scanning late, not position himself the right way to block the first phase. Then obviously Martinez, could he have gone over one? Could Diallo have took round? Again, these are like in-depth stuff, but it's disappointing, lads. It really is disappointing.
Yeah, I agree, Oppa. Well said. There's a link in the chat, a pinned link to subscribe to the channel. There's over 5,000 people watching. If you're not doing already, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Go on, Joseph, sorry.
We're going to be back for the review shortly. Stick around. We'll get into all the breakdown, what went wrong there for Man United, why we've lost to Brighton at the Amex. Like Jay said, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
Just before we go, sorry to interrupt you, give it to Mike. He says their subs made the difference. It's a good point. We're going to get into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. So join us for the review. Before we go, though, go and check out RH Elite Coaching, We tagged him in our Instagram. On our Instagram, you've seen it, so go and click on that link as well.
Guys.
Go and give him a follow. Coaches all the top players and does a great job as well. And we'll get you back on the channel.
Yeah,
again soon,
100%
really
pleasure. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thanks for having me as always.
Thank you very much for joining us. Another disappointing loss watching Manchester United. We've seen that before, haven't we? We'll see in a bit.